worst enemy. And now he's ready to share that journey and that truth with you on Grind Time with Darren McCarty. Please welcome your host, number 25, Darren McCarty.
That's right, folks. That's right. Wednesday, April 17th. It's a Wednesday night, 7:29. I was trying to hold out until it turned to 7:30, Perry, but I didn't make it. Anyways, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, this is Grind Time. I am your host, four-time Stanley Cup champion, Darren McCarty, and happy to be with you on this Wednesday evening as I look up to my TV to the left, and the Boston Bruins are beating the Toronto Maple Leafs 2-0 in the Garden right now in a series that Toronto leads 2-1. Boston looking to wrap it up. Joined, as always, by, positive Perry Vellucci. How are you, Perry?
Doing really good, Mac.
Unfortunately, we got to send out some prayers and thoughts for our boy, our sensei there, Timmy Krakowski, who's under the weather. Timmy, you're here in spirit, bud, but just so you know, Yzerman controls today.
Yeah.
Anybody who knows Yzerman from our parent company, Radio Studio for One, our parent company in the Detroit cast, Mr. Eric Fady. How are you, Eric?
Great, man. It's an honor to be here.
Hey, this is absolute team play.
For sure.
Thank you for moving down, coming to Grand Rapids and filling in.
No problem, dude.
And Jimmy, hurry up and get better.
Yeah, Timmy, get better, bud. And two here, guy. It's always the webmaster over at 97.1. What is it? Intercom
Radio, 97.1 The Ticket.
That's it.
Shameless plug, 97.1theticket.com. Just want to get that in there.
Get it in there.
Help out my job.
It is. Mr. Evan Jenkins, who does all the wonderful stuff for the website. Little background is he's done a lot of everything over at that radio station when I've been back and forth throughout the years, and I've known him. And it's one of those things that I think in 2019, Eric asked me, he said, how would you get, is that your computer, bro?
Settle down.
No, I mean, it's only Eric, I've built in 5 fuck-ups for you today.
Okay, well,
I built in 5 fuck-ups for you today. That's one before I fucking explode.
Well, I'm not an engineer guy, so the problem is your Facebook is logged in here to show some stuff, and unfortunately, if I get notifications, I think it's gonna.
All right, well then you know you're a popular guy.
I think you can mute those. I got to do his job for him?
Well, that's that's why you're. Okay. Evan. You know what? That's why one of the reasons, obviously, to be we're expanding the family and Grind Time. Obviously, when guys go down, I guess because we're watching the NHL playoffs,
I got
get injured.
I got it fixed.
Oh,
yeah, I don't know what I'm watching up here, so you might have to fill me in.
Yeah.
The one sport I don't follow, but
never hockey, eh? I know you're.
It's crazy. My dad loves it more than anything. I mean, he'll watch hockey, like high school hockey, college hockey. It doesn't matter. If it's on, he's watching it.
It's like Perry.
I watched when you played in the
well, it was
playoffs
exciting,
and everything.
but I mean, the game was different, right?
But you know what I think it is? I didn't play it.
Okay.
So it was expensive to play ice hockey.
Yeah.
Playing roller hockey a little bit in the street. But if I didn't play it, I didn't care about the TV as much.
Well, that makes sense. And I think that's, one of the things. You bring up the price point in hockey, but you also bring up the experience. Now, is it hard, or was it hard for you until getting into sports and having to watch highlights to follow the puck, watching on TV because you didn't play?
Nepeople Never had a problem with it.
Because you hear that where people
all the
say,
time, and I don't get it. I mean,
No.
like I said, my dad loved it and had a tube TV until 5 years ago. And I'm like, dude, you need HD, man. You love hockey. It's the best sport, right?
So what happened when he flipped over? Lose his marbles?
Changed his life.
Right? Could you imagine that?
No.
5 years ago?
Crazy, right?
Holy jeez.
Unbelievable. But,
Wow.
yeah, I mean.
So what's your sport? I mean, obviously you're Spartan.
I am.
Yeah.
So Michigan State football and basketball.
Yeah.
I choose basketball over football, but football is very close, and I love baseball. Love it.
Awesome.
It's the third. But I love all,
baseball.
Yeah.
Now let's
I can watch any baseball game.
Any baseball game.
Oh,
so I'm keeping you from being down at Tiger Stadium tonight, or Tiger Stadium, Comerica Park.
No. I'd rather watch it on TV.
But it is good on TV. But
It is.
But that's what.
Being there's cool too. But it's a little cold out right now. I don't need that right now. Not
So,
April.
but you need your fix.
I do. Every night, like the best thing that's on TV, in my opinion, is the MLB Network, and they
quick
do that
pitch.
flip around or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Love it. And it's easy to fall asleep, too. Let's be honest.
That's you know what? There you are. Melatonin, weed, and MLB quick
I
pitch.
just
wrap
appreciate
around.
talent so much. So whether it's you can sing, play a sport, whatever it is, if you're that talented, I'm in. I'm sold. Always have been.
Well, you know what? We're going to talk about talent. And, just because I got to start here at hockey and I got to touch in with the NHL playoffs next week. We did our Sean Legion and Ken Cow were in last week to do the preview of the hockey playoffs.
Scores!
Huge scores. I don't think anybody's doing quite well. Perry, how are you doing in the playoff pool so far?
Not well at all.
But here's the question, because last week we were sitting here, right? Mm-hmm. Tampa Bay had tied the record 62 wins.
I know all of that.
Right? No. So we're sitting here a week later, and they have as many playoff wins as the Red Wings.
Question for you.
Yeah.
This is very good. What did you think of their apology? They apologized to their fans. Am I jumping the gun? They did it on Twitter.
They did it on Twitter. Now, I got it. I'm going to give props to your station, 97.1, because I was listening at the time. That it was read amongst it. And one of the call-in sounded as if they might blow that shit up. Like, blow that shit up means the team. One thing I know this summer is Steve Yzerman is the number one free agent acquisition out there. Players, people, anybody, anything in the league. I brought up this point, too, because I don't know if you knew this or not, but Perry's brother, Mike Vellucci, who used to coach the Plymouth Whalers, just won the AHL Coach of the Year for the Charlotte
Checkers.
Charlotte Checkers, which is a farm team of Carolina.
Okay.
Which, hence, I'm going to keep storytelling here because in the Washington Capitals, Carolina game the other night, Alexander Ovechkin, the grade 8 captain, Russian, and Svechnikov.
Brother of the Red Wings.
Brother of the Red Wings, who went second overall last year, 19-year-old. Got into a fight, Svechnikov's first fight, and Ovi dropped him out cold. Now, the caveat to that, Mr. Perry Vellucci doing his due diligence, that my former teammate, his son, Doug Brown's son, Patrick Brown, played at BU, right? The captain of said Mike Vellucci's Charlotte Checkers team got called up because of this to Carolina. But in saying that, I was a question was posed to me about Steve Yzerman. Is he coming back? And I'm looking around and I'm thinking, well,
you've gotten that question once or twice.
Yeah, you did. And I don't know, and he wouldn't. I don't think he even knows. But the question is, with everything going on, and you see the success that Vegas had as an expansion team, it would not be out of the gourd that if I saw that maybe he wanted to accept that challenge, and Perry's brother Mike went along with him. I don't have anything other than speculation.
That's all we
How
have,
about this for a question? Do you think at all he worries about maybe having the pressure of Detroit, succeeding in Detroit? So here's my example. Joe Dumars, phenomenal as a player, right? Came in here, won a championship as a GM. What happened to Joe Dumars? He got ran out because the team sucked.
I think your question is
Would that
if
weigh on
Steve Yzerman took the job, is it a no-win situation?
Yes.
Unless he brings
You win
the
and
cup,
get out.
right? That's why Seattle seems. I mean, I don't. It all depends on where, but also too. So you balance that with the fact that you do not return home as the prodigal son. Does that weigh harder in the fact that people will, you've been gone for long enough. If you're going to stay gone and not ever come back,
right,
then I'd stay gone, because you are in a no way. Because the minute he comes back, you're expected to win. At least right now, you see progress and you see something in place. Now, what I've said all along is before this coming up as this last caveat is that I would not be surprised if something happens where Drapes gets GM, Stevie gets some president role, and Kenny gets like a Jimmy D role, but they're the same hockey mindset to try to bring. I think that culture is a huge thing in sports, and you look let's talk culture right now. We'll go right back to the playoffs. And Tampa Bay loses 4 straight. Now, is that coaching, John Cooper or whatever? I can't say after you win 62 games, it's lack of preparation. What plays into it, and we've seen a few times with the Red Wing organization. I was a part of it. I was gone for when they lost in 06 to Edmonton. But in today's day and age, when you have a team that's every game for the last month, or 6 weeks, 3 weeks, that they're fighting for their life, the fact that you say regular season and then you scratch it out and put playoffs, they don't know. They just know that they're focused, they're prepared. I'm talking about Carolina, right? On the other aspect is Tampa Bay, where you say, well, they haven't faced adversity or whatever. Well, you don't win 62 games and play that well.
Right.
What happens, let's look at it. They're missing 2 of their top defensemen, and Hedman, who's a Norris Trophy winner, and Strawman, right-handed stay-at-home D guy. Kucherov disappears second year in a row in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Right? Disappears. Plus, he hurts his team, which you see on discipline game 3, take a suspension. Stupid. Right? You hold Stamkos in point. They got no scoring down the line. Where, as you go to Columbus, that you could say whatever you want about John Tortorelli, who's been a coach in this league in New York, and he's fired up, and he's got some of the best.
He's a great quote. I'll tell you
He's
that.
a phenomenal quote.
phenomenal.
Because I'll tell you one thing, that coming out of John Tortorelli's, anything out of his mouth, he believes it.
Oh, yeah.
He's like Gruden, but you could take him more seriously. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying he's not over the top, but he has a dressing room of soldiers and guys willing to play. Now, let's break the series down. Because whatever happened, you got to remember Tampa was up 3-0 in the first game. Game one.
Yeah.
I mean, that's.
First period. Yeah.
And I said it on the preview show that if I wouldn't be surprised if Tampa's up 3-0 and boom, they bury them. But for whatever reason, that's why that team, and that's why coming together, and that's why that's so important. And you can't turn it on and turn it off.
Is playoff hockey that much different in just mentality? And because I like to think as a professional athlete, when you're down, you're not like, oh my God, we're down in the first period. There's no way that crosses your mind. Does it?
Oh yeah, you know the state of the game, but you're not like this series or whatever. But as you've seen it, we're talking in 1 week's time. Done. It can happen that fast if you can't put a splinter on. Look, Toronto just made it 2-1.
But Mac, so
you,
you were part of, unfortunately, a team that was expected to win and got swept in the finals.
Oh, I guess.
So I mean, what happened? What was the difference from all of a sudden winning?
Well, how about let's
to
bring
go
it,
to that?
I'm going to stop there because that wasn't even. That's East-West. That's style of play. That's sort of got. Where we came up against, where we would have been the Tampa, came up against Jersey that played more of a Columbus style that was just out physical.
Well, Brodeur was sick, too,
Well,
right?
and then, he was sick, and then, Stevens almost friggin' decapitates Kozlov. I mean, it was a different, back in 95, East Division Conference Hockey Western, it was different. West was the skating division. East was the muck and grind and battle division. Now, Perry, I'll take it back to my first year, 94, when we won the President's Trophy. We lost 7 games to San Jose.
Oh, yeah.
Right? That is where where we go back, where it all started. Like, how does it happen? Because Evan, to your point, what happens? Momentum.
Yeah.
Momentum is a huge thing in the playoffs. So if you can seize it or halt it, it's just as valuable. When you stop momentum from another team and you watch it in the playoffs, it builds game to game. Now, you're going into game, you're seeing like, oh my gosh, okay, let's take the Islanders who swept Pittsburgh also.
Right.
Which that series reminded me of old and young, where it just Pittsburgh just was like hockey has caught up to Pittsburgh. Winning back-to-back cups, playing the finals, the age of their guys, the injuries, overtime. It just happens. It's like, it's sort of the Wings. It's sort of like the between 02 and 08.
Yeah.
Like it's in that you can see they can be jumped on like that. But when you go back and compare, it's momentum. Now, it's the same thing as you expect. I mean, it's hard to figure out because you expect Carolina that Washington would walk all over them, and then Carolina, after the captain of the other team knocks out your first rounder, your young kid, you'd think that Washington would just, annihilate them and be the Stanley Cup champion bullies. Nope. Carolina friggin' waxes them, shuts them out.
5-0.
Right, like, it's not even so the whole thing, playoff hockey, is Bettman's parody at its finest.
Okay.
That's what it is. It's parody at its finest. Now, you would think in a 7-game series, we always say in sports, right?
Yeah.
Like, in a 7-game series, it's supposed to max out. But in hockey, I think out of the least of any sport, right? Like in basketball, 7 games, you know what? Like, there's only a couple teams.
Yeah, basketball, it's a few teams, and that's it.
And then it's it. Hockey, the way that it's playing, the way that plays out, no, you can have that advantage, but it's still, what are you playing against? There's so many games within the game.
Yeah, it's.
But that's the thing is, and you're like, there's so many things within the game, and a lot of things, like I always say, it's you gotta stay healthy, right? Which Tampa, I don't care what you say, that was their biggest thing. They had to be healthy. They were looked like they ran out of gas and just relentless against Columbus. Columbus implored old school 90s 1-2-2 with speed. That's the new age. The thing is, when you don't give guys time and space, I don't care who you are, and you have size and you learn how to play it, and then you got a guy named Bob in net that just won't let anything in.
Right.
So, I mean, they're dangerous, and now they believe in themselves. Not that they didn't before, but
now we took out the top dog, so.
Dude,
yeah.
I mean, it's just like.
Does that now? So the other teams, as they're playing along, and then they see Tampa's knocked out. I mean, does that make them feel?
Oh
more
yeah,
confident
whoever's Frost.
I mean,
dude, it's the same thing as we always had to go through either Colorado or Dallas, right? When we only had to go through Dallas, like in what was that 98, right? Where we didn't have to go back through Colorado. It was more not Dallas was great, but it wasn't. It was sort of like that reprieve. So, you look at the St. Louis Winnipeg, like the game, it's really up for grabs when you take out the dot. You want to compare it to like Duke and
Michigan State.
It's
kind of. I mean,
we
gave them a chance.
You can compare it to something like that, but
yeah, you're right. In basketball, an 8 seed, like for instance, okay, the Clippers came back down from 31, right? The other
but
night.
they can't.
But that's done. The series, it's one game. I'm still so confident that Golden State's going to run through them.
Well,
but in hockey, you see the 8 compete. What? The Kings won as an 8 seed, the Stanley Cup, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, Edmonton got there. That's why. And up to somebody asked me today, Mad Dog show in Lansing. Dave DeMarco asked me this question. He said, "What do you think of the Wings for next year?" And I said, "Well, I would expect that they're in the bingo ball as far as that 5-6 teams in the last 2 weeks of the season that has a shot, but they got to play well, which bodes well for a team that's young like the Wings. They don't need, Pittsburgh's a team that needs time off, right? The young teams, you just get them out there. You get them out there. Now, there's a great balance in Columbus because they've gone through all their BS bullshit.
Oh, yeah, Rick Nash and...
No, but I'm just saying internally.
Oh, okay.
No, because think about this. Let's break Columbus down. They keep Bobrovsky. They keep Panarin. They trade for Duchesne. Their eggs in their one, they're keeping the basket. Everybody could be gone.
They made moves at the trade deadline,
They made moves where they were
people
expected.
thought that they shouldn't have?
Because they thought they'd be in the situation they are, and you know what? It's the same freaking thing as why I don't sports bet
and maybe
anymore.
that's why fans sometimes should trust the general manager. Just saying. They're in that position for a reason, right?
Yeah, but then that wouldn't be fans.
No, I get it. But at some point, that's the one thing that drives me crazy. And I get it within sports. But man, it's like the second guessing of every move a GM makes. If you don't win it year in and year out. But that's what makes it great. That's what makes it great.
So let me ask you this, because you've screen called.
Oh yeah, I've heard it all.
You've heard what throws you? Do you think of any examples of that? Like, because what the things I know you've heard it all from people being like irate to people being like crying on the phone to people. has anything like just blown your mind? Like just
It's still to this day, the people that believe that the Fords need to sell the team and that will change everything. The fact that they think that Ford Motor Company and Martha Ford have something to do together just because of their name, which they don't. That one always kills me. But it's just the lunacy of people like Matthew Stafford, for instance. Best quarterback that's come through in Detroit since, in my life, I'm 35. In your life and probably your life.
He's better than Scott Mitchell, bro.
Yeah. Oh,
I don't know.
I got a story about him. But the people that think that you should just trade him right now blows my mind, too, because the amount of money that you're losing on that, just keep him for one more year. You're fine. It's the Lions. Dude, I've heard it all. People that think the Red Wings should have traded Lidstrom when he was playing. And I'm like, dude, no way can you trade that guy. People that think that you can trade for LeBron James, it ain't happening. It ain't freaking happening, okay? So stop with that.
I think I might have heard that one when it was somebody was talking about how the kid going to school somewhere and they had
Or
people
people that believe that the Pistons could have got Zion Williamson this year. It wasn't happening. It just wasn't going to happen. Zion Williamson was not going to end up in Detroit.
No,
they could have
he's
won.
going to end up in New York.
They could have
he?
won 3 games this year. And somehow they ended
now,
up
as
with
a
the
basketball fan, the sometimes, and I'm going to get into this as far as the world and sports. Sometimes the things are rocky, but to right the ship in basketball, right? Zion to the Knicks would sort of. Wouldn't that in the basketball? And you tell me, because you're more of a basketball guy than I am as far. But I look at it as the recreational basketball fan that watches the tournament games and will throw on a basketball game to see what the score is, and then if it's not late, right? So I'm thinking, okay, so LeBron and what's going to go on down there as far as can they lure. Well, yeah. Now the Pelicans just hired David Griffin.
Yep.
Right. Who David Griffin, if the name sounds familiar, which probably if you're listening to this, you're not basketball people, but I'll fill you in. He helped build Cleveland Cavaliers when LeBron was there. The first time or the second time?
Second time.
Second time, right. So when they won the championship. Right. So he's well respected around the league.
Absolutely.
Right.
That's
As a basketball mind. Now. Everything so LA's being what it is, Golden State down there. See, I see with the Clippers and the way that they've been able to.
It's crazy. The fact that they traded their franchise player and are still good.
But the fact that doesn't this go to your complaint about let GMs do their job? Because now have they not, if I understand this correctly, made themselves available for 2 max cap guys?
You talking about New York?
No, the Clippers. Haven't they made it
yeah.
as attractive enough to now swoon a couple guys? Isn't that watching that game last night, or the Clippers?
Two nights ago.
2 nights ago. And the reaction of Doc Rivers, the coach of the Clippers, and Steve Ballmer. Sorry.
Country Day's own. I just learned that. I don't know why I don't.
Dude.
Not aware of that. Never.
Yeah, he's from Detroit, went to Country Day.
Oh, that's awesome. Hey, Steve Ballmer, Darren McCarty, big fan.
Yeah.
No, but what I'm a big fan of is the real bro hug, my man. I don't care how many millions it is, because you always take, in today's day and age, take the money out of it, or when people want to do the money, but look at the passion to what it means at
everything.
Everything. So to me as a player, looking at that, I'm telling you as a player, especially when you have a decision to make and move, a lot of things play into it, but I got organization and what they are about and how they treat each other and stuff is a huge thing.
It is, and I completely agree. And like you said, the NBA is in a weird state to me because these contracts have gotten huge, right? And right now, think about the fact that LeBron James went to the finals 8 years in a row. Maybe it was 9, but that many years in a row, one player, right? No matter the team.
And that's sort of that's swept under the rug fact. LeBron.
That's a failure to me as a league because there's no parity. There's
Right.
4 teams at the top. Right
Yep.
now, in my opinion, there's Golden State. You've got
So you would prefer
Milwaukee.
Bettman's NHL?
Yes, I totally would. That's why I prefer college basketball more than the
Well, doesn't
NBA.
it make sense that if Bettman's a basketball guy doing it in hockey? So you know what I mean? Like, is there?
But
Is
the
it?
NBA is as successful as ever right now. So
Right.
it's me that's the minority that's changed it. But if you think about it, when I was growing up as, believe it or not, in Detroit, a Chicago Bulls fan because of one player, number 23, it was him and everybody else. And that's what basketball is. Think about Wayne Gretzky. It was him and everybody else when he was with the Oilers and moved on to the Kings, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, obviously the team was phenomenal. You can't take anything away from, having Messier. And,
Right. You know his supporting class, just like Pippen's right beside
Yeah.
Jordan, but
Yeah.
but it is the guy.
Right. And hockey doesn't have that guy right now, in my opinion. I mean, there's Crosby, there's Ovechkin.
They got
there's
talent.
There's the Matthews. But that talent is so much further spread along
Here's
the
the
league
difference.
where you only have
Tell you
12.
the difference.
You have 12 guys
Tell
in
you
an
the
NBA
difference.
team.
Here's the difference. NBA, all about individual,
Correct.
right?
Hockey, you need to play as a team.
No, you need to play as a team, but what is taken out from the game? Go back to when I started in the early '90s.
Yeah.
To that individual, there's no individual. One of the things that make you got to know who Darren McCarty was, like it or not, as a person because I was out there. Now it's like with the way everything is, they're sort of programmed. To be certain way, and they have to stay like this, and they have to, train like this, and they have to eat like this, and they can't say this. And they have to, and it's more so that now there's talented guys, but the way that I don't think that the individuality, personality is captured.
Is Connor McDavid the best player in the NHL right now?
Well, here's the thing: is that by stats and stuff. But here's a guy that gets 100 points, can't make the playoffs. So is he a best team guy, or see? That's it's like the Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, and that's my thing with him. 3 years in a row, this dude's
Why is he shooting?
Average a triple double.
He can't shoot. Why is he shooting? Why is their whole team shooting?
'cause
That's
he
the
is-
greatest stat. They're
It's
12
unbelievable.
for 6 for 60 and jacking up.
But 3 years in a row, right?
Yeah.
Unbelievable numbers. Hadn't been done in however many years. Oscar Robertson was the last one to do it. Imagine a hockey player scoring 150 points 3 years in a row and not getting the MVP 2 of those years. Think about that. You can't convince me that dude isn't more valuable to his team than James Harden is scoring 36 for the Rockets.
Yeah, then you get into most popular versus most valuable.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
And then you get into
right.
stats.
But
Where
then,
does
right.
stats
Get into
weigh
those,
in?
right.
And
So
it's-
at the end of the day, it's championships.
Yeah. That's all that
At the end of the
matters.
day, it's championships.
And you were lucky enough to get a few of those.
I was.
Oh, personal question.
Yeah.
What age were you when you realized you were better than 99% of hockey players?
I never was.
Yeah, you were. To make it to the NHL, you have to be
when
better.
I was
Oh,
four.
you meant-
Here's the thing.
Not the
no.
NHL, whatever.
See, you're.
No, I'm saying in
Let me
life.
rephrase. No, I will tell to your. I will put your words into the words that were given to me when I was 16 years old. I went from 14, or when I was 15 years old. So when I went to 14, I played Bantam.
Okay.
Right, which in my age group I was good, right, and stuff like that. But I went to play Junior B the year after when I was 15, and Brian Drum, God love him, he created me, made me. He was the one that said, "Listen, if you want to make it to the NHL, you have to do one thing better than 99.9% of guys, and for you, it's going to be fight.
Okay.
So you're going to have to and play physical, and then you establish yourself at every level by your physicality, by doing all the little things, and don't worry about. But you work on you always work on your skating. You always work in practice. You always do extra. You always work on your skills. And so it was just a sort of the development. So first of all, you have to, in order to, that's sort of like, I got to fight my way in the league. I'm good with that.
Right,
You know,
okay.
because if that's what I had to do, so pretty much that's what it was. And then I was talented enough, but I'm not a great skater, but my work ethic was better. I would do, like, if you told me to make, like, I had to run through that wall and it's cement, but if I got through the wall, I could play in the NHL. Might take me 10 years. I'll get through it, though.
Right. That's what's weird about me with professional athletes, I want to know that question, and then I want to know the women they slept with.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's just me. It's a different
No,
lifestyle.
because
I'll never live that.
Right, exactly.
There's never going to be a day I walk down the street and a girl's like, "Yeah, I want to sleep with you." That ain't happening.
I literally asked him that before we came on today. Just
did.
FYI. So that's what I was talking about right before
Okay.
we got
And
here.
you know what the great thing is right now at 47 years of age, right? Okay, you know what? If I'm lucky enough, the one person that I want to ask me to will.
Yeah.
You know.
Right.
You know, like you don't have to worry about that, but yeah, no, that those are the conversations, and that's the one thing is that with me, I'll tell him myself. But if you name, I mean, there's been actresses, there's been porn stars, strippers.
I've
that
asked
stuff
you.
because
I didn't even really know them, and I'm like, if I'm coming across the line, let me know.
no, that's cool. But here's the thing, but like I tell everybody else, because my whole thing, right, like you said, is I always did everything best of my ability, good, bad, or indifferent.
Mm-hmm.
But I always, in the back of my mind, was thinking about my buddies that couldn't do it.
Okay.
Right? So it would be like, if I don't do this, and because they'll never be able to, then how am I going to? So I got a few stories that, I guess, take for the team, not in that way with the chick, but probably doing something that I probably really shouldn't have, but it paid off with a great story.
Right.
And for my
Well,
buddies,
we all
for
have those,
history,
right?
You know what I'm saying? But for me, it's a little bit more, you end up on airplanes in, different countries.
Well, that's
and
what I'm
shit.
saying. I don't leave Roseville, so
That's
I
it.
mean, I'm not.
No,
gonna
but
have
it's
those.
but that's the best part. But then we're not, and he did, that brings up. There's a great segue if you want to throw up the what I'm doing on Saturday, because it's a great it's a great segue.
Gotcha.
That's a great segue into I've been doing the
How else can we got it segued into?
Yeah, I don't know.
You worked in it naturally.
Sure didn't.
Yeah,
see
that was
Sure didn't see that, yeah.
see, Evan, you're a pro. You worked in. Everybody wants to know.
what I do
Obviously,
once in a while.
420 is.
Oh, it's Saturday.
420 Saturday. That's national holiday for all us pot smokers. I will be up in Flint. Can you help me out? There's two. There we go. The Hedgehog.
Wow, I did segue into that
You
one.
did.
Huh?
Ron Jeremy and Darren McCarty. Yep. The Hedgehog and the Wings legend.
What, we
I
doing
guess.
comedy?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got a comedy stint. They asked me to come on up, and I said, shit, I'm going to be up there getting high all day anyways.
Would you want to see it?
The Hedgehog?
Yeah. In person?
No.
Say what you want about me.
No.
Kind of interested.
No. You know what? Honestly, I was telling
Yet
these-
again,
I was-
talent. I appreciate talent,
I was
man.
telling. No, I get it, but I've seen it, and I was telling these guys I ran into him in '91 with Wayne Gretzky's little brother when we were out at Bar One, when I was out there for a week at Gretz. Thank you. That's
Oh, is
for
that
you,
for
Eddie.
dropping names?
Yeah.
Okay.
No. So I saw him and a porn star in Victoria, Paris, about 4 other ones, and he was performing on somebody, so I got a side glimpse, and that's fine.
All right. I mean,
You want me to get you a picture?
yeah, kind of.
You sort of do.
I mean, think about it. He's a
he
rock
fits
star.
in. He is.
He's
No,
the
but-
Michael
okay.
Jordan of porn.
But let break it down if you want to be serious. Though that there is, that's like a, what do you call it? Like a Hot Topics icon or like a what's the fucking word I'm looking for, Perry?
I had no idea.
Yeah, no, pop culture.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, yeah, he's a legend, dude.
No, like pop culture. He's really like one of the first porn actor, and to know that he teaches special. Used to teach special ed kids, and the story behind him. I'm looking to have a conversation with him, but God dang.
Oh, the stories he can tell.
Whew. Yeah.
Who do you think has better, you or him?
Oh, him.
Yeah.
No, I bet you I might have better talent. I might have a better.
Like
On a,
Rolodex?
no. On a scale, my number's higher, even with the couple throwouts. Like I'll give him throwouts, and I could throw out all my throwouts and keep all my great, and I'd be right at the top. No, but that'll be a different thing. I'm interested.
That's gonna be sweet.
Next Wednesday, I'll
What
give
time?
you the update.
7?
7 o'clock. And then if anybody's up there, the G3C or the rec center, cloud cultivation. There's be smoking weed all day out there.
Yeah. Well, 420, I would assume that's exactly what they're doing.
Oh, I bet Hash Bash is going to be rocking this year.
That was a couple weeks ago.
Oh, I guess it was probably rocking this year.
Fucking rocking.
Was it?
That's
Yeah.
what I heard.
I bet,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Now that it's legal?
Right. But and you know what? The best part, and God bless you people out there, my people, no arrests, no.
That's great.
No, but that's the way the culture is. We get around, and that's what fucking bothers me. And I realize that I'm standing in the middle of Auto City, up in Clio, the Raceway Speedway for the Hash Bash last year. I'm standing there, and I'm standing beside Aaron, and I looked, and I said, you know what the fucking difference is between now and 500 years ago? Looking around, seeing all different people. Fucking, there's goat yoga going over there. Because 500 years ago, the same guys going, what the fuck are those goats doing over here? Same thing, looking around, going, all different, just want the same thing, happiness.
Right.
You know, like, it's such, the community, everybody about it, and the way that they showed at Hash Bash, the way that people can represent, it's not your reefer madness, it's not your fucking stupid
it's not
idiot
Cheech and Chong.
stoners.
Like, Dave's not here, man.
No,
I mean,
right?
maybe with some people, of course, and that
It
after a
can
long
get,
night.
but here's the
Sure.
thing, right? No, dude, trust me. I try to get Dave's not here, man, every fucking day at night to go
Right.
to bed because I sleep like a baby. But during the day or whatever like
Yeah.
that, so you don't want to.
I mean, you can smoke and do anything, man.
You can, and it's about, and especially now, as strain specific it is. And trust me,
it's crazy.
when you learn your own endocannabinoid system. I was just having this conversation with Perry, you know, about finding that because it doesn't matter how you do it, like whether you're tincturing it, which means you're taking a drop or you're taking a gummy, but finding what strain works for you
Exactly.
right, for what you want. Because no one wants, we're done trying to, hey, blood, smoke this. Oh man, I'm so fucking high. You know, like, no, dude, you feeling bad, your back hurts, here,
Yeah.
have some of
No,
this
that's,
in whatever way. And you know,
No.
speaking of back hurting,
Coachella was on last weekend, right?
Yeah.
Donald Glover, he goes by Childish Gambino. He was smoking a blunt on stage or something, threw it out into the crowd, and somebody put it on eBay for $1,000. Just a little roach.
absolutely,
Unbelievable.
it's crazy.
Oh my goodness! I was
It's-
like, wow, whoever's paying that has to be a super fan. Where's the provenance on that one though?
2-2, Boston, Toronto.
Austin Matthews just
But
tied
that's,
it up.
hey, I didn't.
That kid's sick, huh?
He is sick.
filthy.
And one. See, okay, now back to hockey for a minute. I'll give you a thing about Austin Matthews, right? Because he's one of these young players that you're talking about.
How is he from Arizona and has a Canadian accent? By the way, kills me.
Parents are,
Oh, I
you know,
know.
transplant. But what's it go? Is, you know, a kid like that who last year struggled in the playoffs against Boston, but found the last game. He reminds me of Shanny as far as when he scores, they start going in like streaky scores, or
Oh,
maybe
really?
maybe Franzen's a better term as far
Wow,
as a streaky
you got high
score.
like that.
No, but because the big guys, you watch them, their confidence moves up. And what I would incorporate is what you watch for a guy who's a bigger size, like they are over 200 pounds, is watch their feet. Watch how quick they move. Okay? So you watch Austin Matthews, who's 6'4", 220, 30 pounds. You know, when they get excited, they get moving. You look at Winnipeg. You're gonna watch that game, St. Louis tomorrow. You got Scheifele and you got Blake Wheeler, right?
Two big boys, yeah.
Two big boys. When they're engaged, their feet are moving, and that's goes back to rest,
Yeah.
getting, you know, because that's what it comes down to, and it's not this shift right here in game 4 of the second period, right?
That was a snipe.
That was a snipe. He's a sniper. What wears you down, right, is, you know, to that 7th game, to that 6th game. So,
Right.
you know, like I was telling these guys that we used to get before the meeting, before the playoffs, each round, and it pretty much like you'd have who you go up against, which defenseman do I have to own,
Yeah.
right? And my job, I would try to make it as tough. I hit them every time I could, make the series tougher as
Yeah.
it is as it goes on. 'Cause
Yeah,
might be
and
able
you
to-
take your one-on-one battle at
Yeah.
that point in time.
Yep.
Okay, so you were talking about Svechnikov earlier, getting
Yeah.
punched by Ovechkin.
Yeah.
Do you think, like, I know he asked for that fight, But
I think that
was
no.
Was Ovi picking on him?
No. I think that's bigger than Hawk. Like I think has to do with Russian.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a Russian old bear and a young cub that maybe disrespect. I know they got into stick swinging last game, but I know Russians. And to react and Ovi to be sort of mad like that, and he was sending a point, not to where he's over, because once he dropped him, Like he made his point. It's like Big Bear smacking Little Bear, and to me, if something comes out like he said something, that to me that's what it reminded. I don't know anything, but to me it looked like that's like me grabbing,
like me right now. I feel.
Well, it's like grab, but. No, but if you talk back, it'd be like if you got into some sort of confrontation and then you push me. It's like I tell everybody, I go, before you do anything, Google me, so you know how I'm going to react.
Right.
So when I do react the way that I will, don't be surprised.
Right.
Right.
I don't think he was expecting it at all. But
that's the whole thing. Old and new. Maybe Ovi, because old school is, and I did this thing, my last game in Flint before I went up in 08, before I went up to Grand Rapids, right? Off the face-off, it was second period. I knew I was going up after the game. 4 seconds left. We're in our zone. Puck goes out, like, down the middle. This Travis Grambaugh freaking chops me on the way to the point. Now, I stood there for probably 2 seconds, and I thought to myself, am I going to let him get away with this? No, I'm going up. I don't need to play the third period. I turned around. I tried to choke. I turned his chin strap inside out, and I had his feet flailing on the ground. He was red as a tomato. I was trying to choke him out just to make a point. That's just older.
Was that a dude trying to make a name for himself and going after NHL or Darren McCarty?
No, he just cheap shot.
Okay, that's what I'm
I don't know.
But is there an agenda?
Listen, it doesn't matter what their agenda was. You just don't do that. What I'm saying is Ovi's got a cup in his back pocket. Ovi might have had enough. Ovi might be hungover. I don't know. Ovi had enough out of it. I think Svechnikov, because of the way that he was playing, and he's fucking sat him down.
Yeah. Well, and that's Ovi's that was his fourth fight ever. So it's not like, there had to be, he was delivering a message. That's my
it was a message of some sort that I wouldn't be surprised if something comes out that it was a message. But again, if you're gonna fucking get KO'd, you might as well do it and have your team win 5-0. Way to go, kid.
Oh yeah. So
holy shit.
The question that follows that though, do you think in 5 years we'll see that fight celebrated like we have? ESPN's putting it out there. Don't mess with Ovi. My man is out cold, and right now with concussions and everything. I wonder if they steer away from, like the NFL. You're not seeing big hits celebrated anymore.
No,
I'm just curious.
The game, they're all pussified. I mean,
hey,
Evan, I grew up, right? I was taught if you go through the middle with your head down, right, looking back for a puck, and you get lit up, you can be mad at one other person. The guy that passed you the puck, if it was that big of a suicide. Other than that, you're a fucking idiot.
Right.
Right? Now, they suspend the guy who clean-ass hits you, and it's like society.
It's crazy.
You get fucking, it's almost like the fucking guilty until proven innocent shit.
Yeah.
And football's even worse. How do you play defense in football? Holy shit, dude.
I mean,
it's the same thing. It's like when I see a game and I see guys letting them play, or I see a basketball game where I see like holy shit.
Oh, like Drummond getting kicked out the other night for his push in the 80s. It's a common foul, if that.
So that's just society.
Yeah, it is. Okay, I was just curious about that because
it's a hard.
No,
game.
but celebrate. No, probably where the game's at, it'll be fucking played with fucking marshmallows. So fuck no.
All right.
But speaking of that and going from, let's go from fucking knocked out let's go from fucking being on the bottom to being on the top. And did you watch Tiger?
Did I? I've been rooting for that.
I know you
every
have.
single
Listen,
week.
I gotta tell you this.
I got into golf. Period.
Perfect.
And
Period.
I don't think you're the only one that was following him either.
Yeah,
rooting
no.
for him.
Well, believe it or not, a lot of people rooted against him.
No,
because
listen.
of what he did.
This is my favorite.
yeah.
I wanted you to come in because this is my favorite fucking part. And I don't care what he says, is because he got what he wanted to, and I'm talking about Valenti. Because he hates Tiger, hates his existence of Tiger, hates who Tiger, and he's got a good point as far as what Tiger. Now, I see differently because I see two different people. I see a different person. I see the person that's coming into himself or whatever. Like, I'm rooting for Tiger.
Yeah.
But I listened to Valenti before on Friday or whatever, and when he said, I hope it comes down, he's in the mix, and it fucking, right? So until that, I would ask Mike, so until that 1-footer went in, he had to, like, Mike really had to say, shit, I was like, he could have been just as excited coming down the stretch when he hits
against.
Right, when he hits that flail off of 18.
Oh, yeah.
And then he hits that, and he admitted that he hit that Sclafe 8-iron the thing is he planned it. Played it for a 5, right? Now, the whole thing with the Tiger factor, right? Boys, you want it, and I love Koepka. Because I think Koepka's the one that's going to stand between Tiger. Because it's not a fact as if Tiger will be in contention to win. And I don't know about 19, but for 18, because I still think he wins 3 more green jackets. See, that's the thing. He goes back and plays the same fucking course again, and no one plays that course better and knows that course better.
Period.
He just proved it. So health-wise. But the thing, Koepka could be, but again, down the stretch, you know, the way that it is, the Tiger factor is there again, bro.
And you know, Mike.
Because how old were you? How old were you when?
Well, 95 when he was in the U.S. Am. Okay, so he won his first Masters green
So
jacket in
explain.
1997.
So I want to
I was 12.
before you start. Okay, so and this is coming, and I want to break this because from my perspective, so in '95, right?
That was the U.S. Amateur when he first won
the
that.
U.S. Amateur when he came onto the scene.
Oh, yeah.
So I was 23.
Okay.
Right, and I had just started golf when I turned pro, so I've been golfing a few years and always Tiger machine. You're a little bit older, so you're in your 30s, right?
Yeah, I was in. Yeah, and yeah, my son's your age.
So yeah, so
we were there together watching it.
So you remember, it's so cool. So from your perspective, right? 95, you were 12. Mm-hmm. You got into golf.
Yep. I started working at there was a golf course named Moravian Hills.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I started
great gambling course back in the day.
Oh,
there's some
Italians
mafia
on that
ties.
side.
There's
Few
a
Italians-
lot of everything.
few Italians like-
Stuff that I had no idea was going. I started caddying because I saw it and I thought it was sweet and I could make $40. I'm like, sure, I'll carry somebody's bag. And then I started working in the bag room. So working in the bag room and watching Tiger Woods, I'm like, I need to do this, man. I feel like. And ever since then, I've hated myself because I play golf. You know, I've got my handicap to like a 14, but I mean, whatever. So anyway, love it. Because of him, I watch golf tournaments that don't involve him. Like my dad, like I was mentioning earlier, we're watching
So you're your dad.
I'll watch it no matter what with golf.
See, I'm you.
Because
I'm the same way. I can flick a hockey. Now, if it's something that I can pick it up hockey, but if there's golf on, like the intercollegiate,
Yep, I'll watch
whatever,
it. If it's top golf crap, I'm watching.
Women's
LPGA,
college golf.
Oh my God, I love it. Say what you want. I will watch the LPGA. Their swing is so smooth.
I'll tell you,
These
listen.
girls' legs are tan and long. I mean, it's everything that you could want.
Listen.
And they're phenomenal golfers.
Absolutely.
Like, they would smoke me.
That's right. But the thing is, and I've played a lot of golf with them. Mag Mallon from Birmingham, good friend back in the day. I played with Laura Diaz at the Jamie Farr. Let's see. We'll be the Meyer comes. We'll be around. Yeah, and then the PGA here. I got a lot of. That's a good perk to be involved with Grind Time. Darren McCarty. It's golf. It's a golf infested thing.
That's
it's
what I
like
love.
We just came
prerequisite.
from Carl's Golf Land on the way here.
Oh, over on Telegraph?
Yeah.
We'll talk later about that. I got some people there.
Yeah, that's good.
They're all in my golf league.
All right, where do you go play?
Blackheath out in Rochester.
Yeah,
It's a little bit of a hike, but we've been out there for 8 years now, our league.
Really?
On Monday nights. Yeah, it's unbelievable. But, I mean, I play as much as I can. The drive, everything. Listen, I broke my leg when I was 23. I broke my tib fib, and I'm like, I'm never playing sports again. I ain't going through that pain for something I'm never going to get a reward out of other than, sweet, I beat somebody at Joe Dumars, right? So golf, I'm not getting hurt with golf. So you think until your back goes or whatever. But it's just, I also don't get mad because I watch so much golf. I watch Tiger shank it. I watch Molinari put it in the drink. Those dudes are a million times better than I'll ever be, and they do it. I can't get mad.
I love it. See, self-awareness. See, that's
What am I
going
to get mad about?
See, the self-awareness of whatever I tell anybody, and your attitude to. See, I would say to you, you say you're 14 to get. I said, well, what have you put in to get out? Because I firmly believe.
Well, I had to work hard to get there.
No, but I firmly believe that if you put in the right work, right,
Sure.
if you're you could get down to a single handicap.
Yes.
Right? You know what I mean? Which, and me in a single handicap is like going out there, breaking 80.
Oh, you're a pro with your friends.
Right.
Period.
Yeah. Right, exactly. But it's one of those things where I tell everybody where you have the perspective. Well, what have you put in? If you're missing short putts, have you spent hours on it? Because that's what it takes. So when you cut yourself some slack and go out and enjoy yourself and try to hit that shot you've seen.
Yes.
Now, speaking of that shot you've seen, any hole-in-ones?
No. I've seen one. Crazy story, right?
Yeah.
We're playing in a 5-some Saturday afternoon, right? And the ranger comes up. He's like, dude, you guys can't do this. And we're on a par 3. And my buddy goes, no, it's all right. Well, I'll hit hole-in-ones, right? He's the first one to tee off. One bounce goes right in the hole. And the ranger goes, all right, you guys can play in your 5-some.
Keep moving.
How far?
Unbelievable. Like 145, 150. And then you've probably heard the story. My boss, Jimmy Powers, at 97 won the ticket.
Love Jimmy Powers.
My
man.
I sit outside his office, right, and he's in golf clothes, and I'm like, oh, you going to go play today? He's like, yeah, it's the Detroit Lions outing. And I go, dude, they give out a car there if you get a hole-in-one.
No.
And he goes, even if I won it, I wouldn't want to pay the taxes, anything like that. I go, okay, well, I'll sell my car. You give me that. Done deal. I'll pay the taxes, so on and so forth. Hour later, I hear on the radio, oh, Jimmy Powers just got a hole-in-one. And I'm like, oh, these guys are just messing with me. There's no way.
Right.
And they're like, yep, you got a hole-in-one, 8th hole, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, get out of here. 10 minutes later, the Lions tweet, 97 won the ticket program director, Jimmy Powers gets a hole-in-one. And I'm like, oh, my God, I just won a car. And then, guess who drives that car?
Jimmy Powers.
Not me. But what? The odds of a hole-in-one are astronomical, right?
Yeah.
The fact that we talked about it beforehand and then he goes and does it, fresh out the car.
What's that tell you?
Did he give you an explanation on that or no?
If
Did he give you any explanation on that? Did he try to? Did you
Blame it
have
on
an
his
agreement?
wife.
Listen, no, I wasn't going to
okay.
hold. I mean, I like the guy. I'm not going to
Okay,
hold him to it.
but I just
But I'm a
wondered
ball
if there-
buster.
Yeah.
So
every day, hey, listen.
This was
it's
7 years ago, whatever.
It's almost worse that he didn't get in
Exactly.
the car because he knows every day.
every time he drives in, I'm like, oh, how's my car treating you? How many miles you got on that bad boy nowadays? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's such an enjoyable sport that I can watch
Yeah.
and appreciate every step of the way.
I think it's
Everything that they do.
Yeah.
The fact they don't hit a patron on the frickin' tee box blows my mind. The amount of people that one bad shot, a flash goes off. You pull it left and you hit Johnny that's just standing there with his bat.
Have you ever? Speaking of that, have you ever teed off like in front of a whole bunch of people?
I hate it. It's there's not much that gets my heart rate going anymore. It's playing poker on a hand where I got a really good hand, my heart rate goes. So hopefully my friends aren't listening, even though we want them to. And standing on the tee box, we used to go up north with 70 dudes, 70, and played in a 4-day tournament. One guy would run the whole thing.
That's awesome.
And on the final day, we would tee off first, the leaders, and I was in one of those two groups. Everybody stood there. And I was like, I was so lucky to get off the tee, but that, oh my God, it's such a good feeling too. You know what I mean? That's the adrenaline.
But
going.
isn't that you feel you feel for that split second it feels real
Alive.
because I know because when you play in the pro-ams and stuff with the
the
pros
people
and it
there?
doesn't matter like
Oh.
you're standing there and you get the juice like wow. This is pretty sweet. Now, it's that's the thing is like the preparation, what do you put in to get out? But it's definitely something that – now, have you done the new Top Golf at all?
Sick. Love it.
Hey.
I went once.
I haven't done it here. I did it in Tampa, though.
Okay, it's sweet. I mean, I don't know how much it's going to be utilized in the summer. I'm sure it will for parties and stuff, but I'd rather go to a grass range.
Right.
But, man, is it fun, man. The food was good. What shocked me, I expected the food to suck,
No,
to
yeah.
be honest
Just
with you.
and to explain, if you've never been to a Topgolf, there's the one in Auburn Hills. It's pretty much
It's a game.
As
It's
good
target
as
practice.
target. It's warm and just sit around and drink and eat
have a good
Just
time.
relax and just
watch
go take
TV.
swings.
You got a
Yeah.
weed pen, go step outside, hit it. You can hit it on the bays. I don't know if they appreciate it, but I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I would say-
exactly.
I think it's kind of like bowling for golf in a way. You know what I mean? Like
100%.
anybody can go and you can still hit it and get a target. Even
And the
if you've
furthest
never...
shot isn't
Right.
the farthest.
Right,
You know what I
exactly.
mean?
Yeah. Oh no, it's a fun because whether you begin, I think I encourage that if my wife has told me to get into the game, and she actually I take her to the driving range or whatever. She can hit the snot out of the ball, right? But it's just getting her to slow down and learn.
You wanna know what's
because
funny?
It's to get her out there. It's that.
So my fiance, the reason I got down to a 14, I was like a 23, is because she whooped my ass. And I couldn't have it anymore.
That'll do it, bro.
So she
and it's okay. I mean, she's been
No,
playing
no.
since she was
It's-
young.
Right, but what a great. Now let's talk about that. Isn't it?
And it got
now-
me competitive with her.
Right, exactly. Now, how often do you guys get to play?
We probably play 10 times a year.
Oh, cool.
So I
Now,
like
you
it.
play scrambles or stuff?
Oh, she
or?
kills it. She hits a 225 off the tee all
Yeah,
day
see,
long.
That's what you. That's yeah.
And
I'm
from
thinking
we
of
might-
well, listen.
the up
we need her
tees,
number.
Okay, guys. No. Right, listen, I'm thinking of the grind time golf team, scramble team to go around different events. You know,
Yeah.
there's could be
Dude.
something in there where.
I played in this GAM one last summer up in Mount Pleasant. You want to talk about competitive? It's like
no, some of
those
those
guys,
like they
yeah.
got the no. I'm talking about
You-
the.
So I'm guessing
Oh my
she
God.
hits it better
You
than
seen
this.
this?
Why did this come up today? Because my fiance sent me this video
For
today.
real?
No kidding.
Where
Yeah.
was this? Did you just pull it up randomly?
Well, you know, we talked about it on our show today.
Oh, look at that.
But
Okay.
only so the
Segues
Have
have
you
been
seen
awesome
this,
tonight.
Darren?
No, I haven't.
Oh, my
wait,
God.
Hold on. Okay, so I'm gonna for the podcast listeners at home. We just pulled up this women's shanks golf ball in the crowd twice. So, showing her attempt one. Now I'm gonna break it down.
It's got to be like 95.
Yeah,
Based on the clothing?
Yeah, I was gonna go 91. Sean
yeah.
Dinah Shore Classic. Looks like she's got. Are those Velcro shoes?
No, you know what they are? They're the old golf shoes that like the tongue flips over, like an
Oh,
old baseball
flippy
cleat.
tongues.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, we're going back.
dude. So those things are definitely
And they got
steel.
the fringe. You
Okay,
know?
now she's got a. Yeah, now her socks are little yellow puffies match with her blue and.
No, that looks like a denim.
I was just gonna
jean
say that's
shorts.
a denim jean.
Get
like,
outta
yeah.
Like high-waisted denim
yeah.
style.
Well, look at the
score.
belt. It's like that's not a golf attire.
No, that's. I think she must be
All
playing
right,
a pro.
Here's a tap. Well,
But look at the people lined up down the side.
This,
Wait a
is,
sec.
this is my biggest fear. If I
but
would be
wait a
golfer.
sec. Wait. So there's on the tee box, but Perry, why is there somebody standing at the corner of the tee box? Is this not look with this?
I'm
am
gonna guess it's
am
a
I
dog leg
optically-
to the right, and you should not be going left.
Well,
is
the
my
background
guess.
of this is actually that it apparently is a drive competition. But she's an
Oh,
amateur.
it's a
She
long drive
Yes.
competition. Okay,
but she was an
Okay.
amateur,
Alright,
not
That
a
explains the
professional.
clothing attire.
go ahead. He's just,
She's in
oh,
there.
it does.
Oh.
Why?
Good swing.
Oh,
Oh, that wasn't bad. That one was. Hey, the old guy points. Hey, that way. Lady, what's?
Attempt number 2.
Oh, he's gonna get somebody in the ass.
oh,
Make her cut it out. Oh my
cut it
God!
out.
Wait till the PA comes on.
Did that one rip up?
We need to get first aid over
Out of
here.
the way. Can we ask you all to move? Back over here, please.
Darren,
Oh my God!
it was the same lady both times.
Oh,
Oh,
you gotta
no
show me that
kidding.
again.
Both
Wait.
times.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Eric,
Okay. Is this one that's right?
in the blue, right?
Yep.
Yeah, the blue. Hold on.
Okay.
Where is
so
she?
so she
Oh, she
decided
moved?
that she was going to be strong again and go out there like, no, it can't happen twice. Oh yeah. And that's why she's like, make her cut it out. Yeah, lady, she's doing it on purpose.
She drills her on the ground. Hey,
First aid.
that's talented. Wait,
First aid on the way.
to knock her down and then finish her off?
Right, and dude, she totally has the John Stamos from Full House haircut too.
Yeah.
Look at that, that half mullet, bangs, poof type deal. Look at that thing. Tell me that's not Stamos from freaking Full House.
Dude, that looks like a dude from the
That
side.
sure does. That's a little scary. Yeah.
Almost Adam Scott. But
Adam Scott.
one of the things, you know, about the golf and stuff and about Tiger and the redemption, and I agree, because, you know, he's not a machine anymore. You know, we're finding, you know, obviously through the injuries.
I'm almost starting to think he's back to that machine.
No. A machine athletically.
Right.
Not as just
Mentally,
a human
he
being.
is, for sure.
No, mentally.
On
but,
that golf
but,
course.
But
Ooh.
listen, mentally, he's free.
Yeah.
That's the difference. He's free. You watch the embrace with his kid. You watch with his son, with his daughter, his mom being there. I mean,
Everything's
Armin
coming up,
Kane just
Tiger.
wrote a book, and just about the way Tiger was, how he was just programmed to not even be. He couldn't be friends with anybody because he wouldn't want to beat him, or you know what I mean. He wants to beat everybody's brain. Now that's not it. Now
He can
you're
embrace
seeing,
it.
like, right. He's gonna embrace. Are you not? Anybody not like me and just sitting back, and he's going Sunday night, Monday going, oh, thank you, because not only that, but to show these kids who the boss is.
Oh, he definitely came in and was like,
No, it's the mental and whatever. And here's the thing, okay? Nobody brought this up. 16.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody brought this up on any national publication that I heard or listened to. Tiger Woods' tee shot on 16. The question that I would ask the man if I had one question at the press conference, how many times had you hit that shot, rehearsing that you thought going into 16 where that pin position was that you'll have to hit an 8-iron to just like you did thinking a hole in it? What do you think his answer would be?
he's probably played that hole 100 times combined.
Well, I'm not saying playing that hole. I'm saying in his mental.
How many times has he thought about it?
Mentally
Played it in his head,
played
yeah.
that shot to that pin in that moment when he's sit. Because I'll tell you the difference. And
I bet he's thought about that shot every day of his life.
every day. Because you know what?
That's what he does. He's,
But
he's
that's-
played that hole in his mind.
That's what I would have, because he knew to get into contention. Obviously, the shot on 12 wasn't the money shot.
No,
Right? No.
no, it was actually
Wait.
because he was just like
Let me correct. For him,
at that moment.
the money shot, right, was always going to be here. Mm-hmm. 12 was always going to be dictated on everybody
Yeah.
else because
Right.
he knew no matter what, if shit was going sideways for everybody, he's taking Jack's 150 over that bunker, going to
Yep.
two-putt it from 40 and move on and let everybody else because of what he saw. What I'm saying is this swing, this shot right here, I would ask him that if he didn't end every practice session with an 8-iron, hitting it that little bit. Because when he hits this, and I'm going to show this shot, and not only his reaction, he knows immediately that if that doesn't go in, like he's posturing.
Oh, he knows from the moment he hits it that he has a chance.
No,
at a
he
hole in
knows, yeah. From rate, watch. Go ahead, E.
Also had an 8-iron. He does
one. Right
this
there,
time
he
as
knows
well.
it.
Right? And if you
Look at
that,
that. Look at that
right
look.
there.
Yeah, just from that look, the fact that he's
No, I'll show you exactly where
Which
it is,
means
and this
he
is
hit
the
his
Tiger, and you
spot.
could tell me. Wait, I'll show you. Like there, you knew from watching Justin Thomas's earlier that was too fast.
right.
You knew me. E, replay that, and I'm gonna
He
stand
also
up.
had an 8-iron.
Here,
Right there.
Yep, that's
Look at that. Yeah.
When he does that soft How many times have you seen it when he gets to and he does that? Oh, I'm gonna enjoy it.
You know with Tiger
Yeah.
on his
That's what I'm
shots.
saying.
Yep.
Just that rotation.
Every single shot of his,
Yeah.
you know if it's good or bad.
And
know what?
actually, you could have paused it any better. That is like the perfect.
That looks like me at Kensington on number 6. In the
I got it.
Listen.
He's got it.
there's a picture of
I've
me
seen it.
at the Kensington Golf Outing last
No
year. I was
joke.
hitting, and I'll be out there this year in September again. Hi, Julie Hines and everybody at Metro Parks. I think September 22nd or 26th. Don't mark me on that. I'll show you something later. But I was hitting shots, and I was on my left side so good, like I couldn't get a better one. But that's the one thing, too, I wanted to bring the point to people learning the game. I don't watch a lot of the shots until because of the ball. What do you call it? The sky tracker thing.
Yeah.
Right. That if you just watch players, like don't watch where the ball is.
Oh,
Watch
yeah.
their reaction or watch how they end up. And the biggest thing for anybody who's learning the game is balance. So if you can match your swing and keep on balance, that's the one thing that anybody can take away from pros. But to me, that it just dawned on me when he hit that shot is that I know, and I would say like if he said, "Oh, I end every practice session for the last since I've been able to do it with that shot," you know. Because that's what champions do, and that's what I think looking forward. He's got Beth Page.
Oh, yeah.
He's won that. I don't think he wins there, but he's got Pebble. And Pebble's like
He's been winning
Pebble's
since
like the
1995.
Masters.
Yep.
So here's my question.
Tiger's 2 home track, 3 home tracks and then Arnie's.
Yeah.
Because he's won 12 times there. Whatever. But I'm saying, when you throw, that's why you throw one at Pebble Beach and you throw it here, and his confidence and he's mentally right, and as long as he physically stays well.
Yeah, if his back holds up, I think he's going to be competitive for a good few another years.
Oh, easily. But my question is, Mac, what are the younger kids, the Justin Thomas, the Jordan Spieths, the Koepka, the Scheffler, all those guys, they don't know that Tiger mystique. They weren't around for it. They were too young for it.
They just got.
Do you think,
Wait,
do you think it'll
they
have
know
an
it
effect
now.
on them? Okay.
Wait.
I think they learned it last year at the end of the year.
They smelt it. They smelt it in the PGA.
When he was competing at the U.S. Open.
Right? No. Right? When he didn't go away and didn't fuck, like when he was still there, and you see that he's around, and then he shows up. I mean, if you break it down, right, and you go by, if you're going to go back, he really showed you he was going to win.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I would have bet 85 grand like, what's Buddy's name?
Jim Aducey.
Jim Aducey.
Yes.
Hey, in Wisconsin.
Not the Tigers' Jim Aducey either.
Hey, 85 grand. Did you read that story?
Yeah, he won $1.2 million.
No, but did you see what he did?
Oh, it was his first sports bet of all time.
But he took it out, flew down there, but he said, and I read the interview, and he just pretty much said,
Wait, he went and watched it?
No, he went, flew down, had to go to 3 sport books
to take
till he
the bet.
finally got the bet taken, had the ticket, flew home, had to watch it at his dad's because his dad was falling asleep, but they didn't have cable, so his wife couldn't watch it. So he's watching it there, pacing back and forth and whatever. And he just said, well, because, it's this.
You want to talk
gonna
about
happen.
a nerve-wracking 1-foot putt. Oh, my God. Imagine what he was thinking when Tiger's going to finish on that little
but that's
putt.
if he had to make it, not Tiger. You want Tiger to make a one? I don't want. If Tiger Woods can make every 1-foot putt for me, and I don't have to do it. I mean, I'm pretty.
There's nobody I'd rather have do it.
I'm pretty confident on a 1-footer, but if Tiger Woods wants to take all my 1-footers for posterity, I will allow him to.
Just think about that 1.2 on that. He might have made more than what Tiger won at the Masters.
No,
I don't
Tiger
even know
won
what that purse was.
$2 million.
Is that what it is?
It was.
It was $10 million.
And then they also talked about how much money. What the purses have gone from.
Oh, it's
from
crazy.
22
The Tiger effect?
The Tiger effect.
Well,
I mean,
Phil
that's
mentions it. He goes, the winner used to get maybe, $700 maybe at the biggest tournaments. And now it's $1 million paycheck at every tournament
Here's
for the winner.
All right, here's what is the next sponsor that Tiger picks up? Does he pick up one that he lost, or does he pick up a new one?
Well, I noticed that he's rocking Rolex now. He used to be a Tag Heuer guy.
Yeah.
Is that how you say Heuer?
Hua. Tag Hua.
Hua. something I can't afford. What else? Well, Monster on his bag was a big deal.
But they were there for a while, though.
They were, but that was a huge deal.
That was huge, right.
I bet, okay, so I don't know if you noticed this. Tiger, probably, I don't know, it was probably a Motrin or something, but took a pill on 16 or 17. Whatever he was drinking.
Was it that or was it a gum?
It was a pill bottle that he took out. I'm guessing it's Motrin, just from the size of it and everything. But whatever that drink was, that purple drink, I bet that's the sponsor.
Okay.
Whatever that was. I have no idea.
Or the gum.
I mean, oh, my God.
Look at how
now, everybody was chewing gum, and he said it was to curb his appetite because he says he eats so much.
But look at how Nike jumped on the 16th hole, right? When the putt, when he just started playing the ball and the chip and it just rolls.
Commercial was...
Well, you couldn't have done it, right?
Oh, you're talking about the original Nike.
The original Nike, yeah, when he first started using the ball. Remember the chip on 16?
Is that the luckiest piece of marketing of all time?
Exactly. And get to stop and then drop. And so
like
what
the
I'm
Nike
saying
logos
and it's at the Masters. Everybody knows it's the
yeah.
Masters, 16th hole. Same thing. Like you said, that drink, they use a picture of him, just show him doing that.
Oh,
but they said that that 1 foot putt, just that time alone, gave Nike almost $22 million worth of advertisement.
Well, I bet.
That's
those
what they
shirts,
said.
you can't get the mocks right now on NikeStore.com. Believe me, I've tried. You can't get them right now. You can pre-order them, but those things sold out that fast. $85 a pop.
Of course they did.
For a golf shirt, I don't even know if you can wear to a golf course.
So here's the question.
But think about that's how he's also changed it.
Yeah.
Tiger Woods is wearing collarless shirts at Augusta.
Yeah.
Collarless.
I know. I get it.
You can't.
Oh, here's that.
5 years ago, you couldn't get on a golf course without a collar.
No, I agree.
Period.
The dress code is slacks down.
Oh, is this it? Okay, so whatever this drink is, I'm guessing it's Motrin. But he did it twice. I noticed it on 2 different occasions.
Maybe they're only 200s.
I mean, but that's not gum. And here comes that purple drink.
Yeah.
Isn't that Pepto-Bismol?
No, that's
No, look at it.
let's see.
Let's go back to here. I'll go back to the beginning here.
It's hard to
Drink.
Whatever that is.
Yeah.
Hello,
I know
Tiger.
No. I know what it is.
Pedialyte or something?
No, it's a Masters water bottle. If you focus in
Yes,
on
it
that,
is. Okay,
it's a
I see the
Masters
logo there.
water bottle, and
Okay.
it's got Pedialyte
Or whatever his mix
some
is.
sort of purple.
Okay.
Could be,
Wow,
Kool-Aid.
good eye there.
Yeah. No, you know why I knew that? Or I didn't know that, but I remember watching when he did it live, and I saw him drink out of the bottle earlier.
Well,
on another shot. Just to answer your question, did I watch every minute of coverage?
Well,
yes.
who didn't? I mean,
that's
and think about it, too. Imagine if Michael Phelps was a Nike athlete. He's Under Armour.
Dude, he was behind him.
That's what
on
I'm saying.
12.
Would that have been a home run if he was Nike? Nike could have marketed that till the end of time. 2 of the greatest to ever do their sport together. And don't you wish you had somebody that wanted you to succeed as bad as Michael Phelps wanted Tiger to win?
But here's
It's crazy. He was rooting as hard as you and I were.
I know. Like, as hard as we rooted for him.
Yeah.
Right? Exactly. Like, I did. But here's the thing. Bro, here's the thing. So why we can all, and I'm collectively saying this, good, bad, or indifferent, whether you're the Valentis of the world or you're the Jenkins of the world, when it comes to Tiger, that brings you together more than any. Like, you watch people talk about it, whatever, like that. So we can agree on something.
Well,
and it's the human story.
And it goes back to me too, appreciating talent.
Appreciating talent, and you know what it is for me.
And he's worked so hard.
Listen, and it's appreciating that, and then it's showing appreciation and being nicer, and not being nicer because he has to, being nicer because he wants to, being more
and evolving.
Dude, I love his commercials and his relationship with like DeChambeau, where he does those. He's sitting there, where you see the personality, and I think that. It's a couple different people.
There's a great video of him that just came out. I want to say it's older, but for some reason it's resurfacing now. Tiger watching all of his naysayers.
I saw it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
So
that was,
good. And he
Wasn't
just
that
gives
great?
that little wry smile, like,
Yeah.
all right.
Dude, those are all Mr. Timex. Mr. Timex was my 9th grade math teacher in 10th grade.
Really?
Yeah, and 2 weeks into 10th grade when I went to play junior hockey, he took attendance and said, McCarty. And my buddy said he was not here. He's gone to chase his dreams playing NHL. And he said, he'll be back in 2 weeks. He'll never make it.
Oh, and you've probably never seen him again, or have you gone
Oh,
back
yeah,
there?
no, because
Been like, hey,
no, wait.
It gets
a
better.
ring
It
like
gets
this?
better,
No,
Evan.
do you want to
Listen
hear?
Or a ring like this, or a ring like this, or
No,
maybe
it
this
gets
one?
even better.
No, do you want to hear?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so, no, but I have a sister who's 7 years younger.
Okay.
If you do the math, when I made the Wings at 21, she was 14, had 9th grade math with the same person, Mr. Tymek. I got a hockey card. So I signed him one. Said, please do not kill the messenger. Made her put it on her desk. Said to Mr. Tymek, thanks for all your support. Fuck you!
And you
Darren
probably
McCarty.
ruined her year of school.
No, don't kill the
He
messenger.
said, "Don't." Yeah, he said it. He
Oh,
said
yeah.
it. He prefaced it. But yeah, I mean,
No, I think I ran into him at graduation and said, without people like you, then.
And you know what? And you took it as a positive.
I did. There's so many. So I use him because I hate math class.
Right.
I like adding and stuff, but I like poker. But I hate math class, and I hated Mr. Timer.
Good.
but
And you'll never forget him.
No.
So you know
No,
what?
and
if you
no,
think
and
about
I
it,
won't if you
listen,
know how many
at the
times
end of
I've
the
heard
day,
that
he
story.
did his job, right?
And listen, at the end of the day, he did his job. And listen, nobody else will when they go see D-Max Slaps a Comedy Tour because I tell them all that. And it's like a thing. Is that what they're dealing with?
Well, I've watched Kevin Hart's comedy a bunch of times, and I still saw him live, so it's whether you appreciate it or
No,
not. It is
there
what
you
it
go.
is. Every time you hear a joke and it's funny for a reason.
Evan, I mean, you realize the parallels with Mac and Tiger with the comebacks.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if
it's
somebody can relate to comebacks,
and to be able to recover from that, because there's a lot of people that are done. When they hit bottom, they don't come back.
No,
I mean, do you
and-
feel that sense of connection with him?
Yeah, in a lot of ways, just the perseverance. A lot of with
And
my-
wanting to do it.
But in two different. See, I separated though, as I can on the course, the green jacket, to me is the 08 Cup. All the rest of the stuff, that find himself as a person, whether like the fact of being back playing golf again, that's how I feel. I'm just happy to be involved
And able to compete
in
and-
life and able to participate in life, because there was a while there where it was a question whether it was going to continue. So I appreciate it on that. You know, it's a different parallel because, you know, he sort of went away. Now he comes back. Hopefully he doesn't go through any more mishaps. For me, you know, I got there, and then it still doesn't mean, that's why I tell everybody, just because you think it's supposed to be, you know, all bells and whistles and unicorns and pots of gold, it's
Right.
not. You got to work every day. So, oh yeah, check this out. So if you can hear this, this is.
You've seen this, Perry?
Oh yeah,
So good.
It's great. Yep.
I don't know who some of the people are, but they could have used better doubters.
Right.
Like, who's this lady?
Can Tiger Woods compete with the Justin Thomases, Jordan Spieths, Dustin Johnsons? No, is the short answer.
I've been tricky at this question a lot. Do you think he'll return his previous form?
No. Do you think he stands a chance of being the Tiger Woods we once knew?
No.
No. Here's what's going to happen.
That smile.
He is not ever going to win another tournament.
I don't think we'll ever see Tiger Woods win a golf tournament again.
He's showing up at these tournaments pretty much knowing that he's not going to be there.
And at this time, as we're saying this, Tiger's watching the video. He's looking at it. Really hasn't changed. He's got his nice goatee.
It is pretty solid.
I have considered him now for the last 5-6 years a former golfer.
Your walk.
I love Coward.
Give up while you're ahead. Retire.
Mia
with
Khalifa,
some
former
dignity.
porn star.
Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
We all knew.
Because he cares about what she wants.
never
Right.
does.
At that time. That smile
Wait,
right
wait,
there.
wait.
That
That's
look up.
That's the one. Like, see, it's that smile and that look up, and it's like, oh, because it's one of those like,
And you know
I
what-
don't know if you know this, but I'm feeling better.
And you know what else is different about that, too? Tiger 10 years ago wouldn't have done that.
Absolutely not.
And now-
think about all the shit he does now that he wouldn't have. Speak from it.
Even walking
from a medium,
slapping fives, would have never done that.
Yeah,
God, no.
speak of that, the difference in the person.
Oh, yeah.
Right, and in his interviews and the way he addresses people and the way that you could see, he's
He was
got
humbled.
Yeah,
Big
humbled. But there's a difference between being humbled, because how many people have you have you seen go through stuff like that and not learn the lesson?
He also had the thing that he's loved the most since he was a little boy ripped from him all at once. And
that was his identity.
It was everything.
No, because that's the way it was from
the
Earl
time
and
he
his
was
mom.
on whatever the Ed Sullivan show or whatever it was.
Right. So
that's been his life all day long.
So he's been on his own journey since whatever,
and that's
trying
the
to
difference.
find it. That's the difference.
It's a solo sport. It's him, and it's always been him to get to that point. It was him and his father for a while. Lost his father, killed him.
You know what the thing is with
because,
that?
like you said, he didn't have friends.
Here's the thing. Wait. Here's the thing, and I talk about the championships we relate to. Talk about the feeling better, but you know what it is? It's losing our fathers at a younger age. You lose. When I lost my dad, Craig McCarty, there was the last man that could hold me accountable.
Yes.
That's what Tiger lost in the Earlwood. So if you
another
side,
parallel right there between
he lost his police. Period. His Tiger Woods police was gone.
Yeah.
And he didn't know where to turn to at that point. And so,
well, there's no one to turn to because he's got no. I get it
because of what he's been through.
I get it. So now, sort of like, everything else, which I can relate to now, is sort of like dusting off and sort of trying to build it again with using the tools that you had. Just because you're starting back, Tiger. No, you can have that 120-some swing speed. Let's get you healthy. Let's get you feeling right. Let's get you liking yourself. What I see is a Tiger Woods that looks in the mirror and goes, Tiger.
Yeah. And I see it too.
Hey, you see, I see him go, this is what I see. In the morning, he's brushes his teeth, spits it out, and he goes, Tiger.
I mean, think about it.
Tiger Woods. I'm Tiger Woods.
He's as bald as I am, and he hasn't embraced it yet because of that, what you said.
Yeah.
Because he still looks at himself as that 19-year-old stud that goes out there and dominates whatever it is that he does.
He did say
whether it's a poker table, a golf course, a lady, whatever it is, he always succeeded. And then all of that success was ripped away. He got caught cheating on his wife. He got in that auto accident. And then he tore his Achilles. He had knee injuries, back injury. Everything that had gone Tiger Woods' way all went against him. Everything that he's ever had went against him. So all he had were his 2 kids and his mother. Think about it.
And he fought.
Who's Tiger Woods' friend?
Yeah.
He has a few, I'm sure.
Joe LaCava, his caddy. He's been there all the time.
But he doesn't have a homie from back in the day.
Think about it. It was Mark O'Meara was a mentor to him, and another older figure to him.
When all that stuff went down.
But did you see when he walked off? When he walked off, that smile the whole way from when he met the kids back to the clubhouse.
Yep.
And then you had Dustin Johnson or Bubba, and you had a handful of the guys there
waiting for
congratulating
him.
him.
That would have never happened before.
No.
They were so happy for him. Did you also notice this? His boy is tiny, right? Little guy.
Yeah.
His daughter's only a year older than him.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. I was like, wow, Charlie's got some growing to do.
Yeah.
Well, they say girls definitely grow faster, but I'm like, boy, are they spitting images of him, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Woo! Nobody's going to confuse them as his kid.
No, absolutely.
And the fact that he shows his kids now, too.
Yes.
Never would you have seen that from him.
No.
From Mr. Private Woods? Nope.
So that was, he did. And you don't think he thought about that? By having him flying him in for the final round.
Well, that was great. His quote, he's like, well, she lost, so
yeah,
you want to come up?
It's sort of a big deal. They haven't been here, which it goes to show you because now he's got his life, it seems, is one. Instead of this life, and I know how to categorize and sort of departmentalize different factions and people out listening. If you listen to Grind Time, Darren McCarty, you know what I'm talking about, right? Where you compartmentalize. Now he doesn't have to, and I get it because when you don't, it's like being honest and true with yourself and around you. It doesn't matter, good, bad, or indifferent. At least everybody knows pretty much where he stands.
Oh yeah. Oh.
I love it. I look forward because you know what? As a golf fan, it only makes it better because a good Tiger Woods. You don't think Dustin Johnson, Brooks Koepka, Justin Thomas is going to be working harder? They see
Spieth, everybody. I mean, from Molinari's and
I just don't think he's going to get. I think he's going to tie 18. I don't think he's going to break it because it's too tough now. If this was if this was 2005, I'd say the next 5 years, yeah. But
the Tiger and Phil show. It's not. Yeah.
No, but it's just too much. But again, I think it goes down to tracks.
Totally. What favors him? And you're going to see him play a lot less events, especially since he won.
Right. No. And absolutely.
You'll see him in all 4 majors, but you might only see him 10 other times throughout the year.
Yeah, but
and be smart with your body, though.
But he's got to pick his spots.
You don't got to win the FedEx Cup, dude. Just, who cares about that? I mean, yeah, it's $10 million, but you know what else pays you $10 million? That little check on your chest, that sweet-ass Rolex that you're wearing right now.
If he wins one more major this year.
I mean money's never going to be a thing for him, ever.
No.
Ever. I mean, I guess he could blow it all. Maybe. I don't know. But
it could happen right
now.
I've
I've heard former athletes. It's happened to former athletes.
I know, but
before.
I'm just like
not that much. Because I don't even think I could blow that much.
Tyson didn't have that much, did he? He probably blew through 90 million, but I mean 500 million.
He's got to have more than that.
Well, he had to dump half of it, but I'm sure he's getting back up there. But
I love the fact Bezos, who Amazon gets divorced, is still a billionaire.
Yeah. It's unbelievable, right? Oh my God! The fact that
what's
you
the
can
price of gas emission?
It's the fact that you can be comfortable with getting that divorce being worth that much. Oh,
I know. All right, Perry. Do you have any score updates right now?
The last was 4-1 for Boston, or 4-2. Excuse me, 4-2 to Boston, and it looked like 1-0 Dallas over Nashville.
Is there any more games tonight?
There is a couple games.
Hey, Darren, it's 800 million, by the way. Tiger.
800 million.
800
yeah,
million.
if you can blow that, dude, I'm impressed. What can you even buy for that much?
Well, I mean, you can't buy
a new $10 million home in 80 different cities.
Well, he's got Florida pretty well tied up.
Yeah, I know.
No, I mean, if you're trying to blow it,
sure.
Right,
but even even if you're gambling, I mean, I feel like you would hit a dummy bet and win $10 million somewhere down the line. Like I don't know. Because trust me, I've thought about ways to blow $800 million, and I can't get there.
Yeah, well, if you can figure it out, then you're gonna get it.
Sure.
Yeah,
dude. As soon as I figure it out, we're set.
Hey, I'm gonna Jimmy Powers you on the car. Bro. You know what? If I come across that 800 million, you figure out how to spend it. I'll let you can show me what we're gonna do with it.
Oh, hey Mac. Dallas is up 4-0 over Nashville at the end of the first, so they're looking to tie that series 2-2.
That'll be 2-2. So,
and then the Flames Avalanche is the late game tonight at 10.
Right on. That's a great. If you want to see if I was to tell your dad, that is an absolute track meet, and a track meet I mean up and down the ice faster than a speeding bullet. It reminds me if you watch like the Boston Toronto series, size. Up and down, grinding shots. You got guys like Char or whatever. Man, you watch McKinnon up and down the ice, Goudreau, whatever. It's just back and forth. So Colorado wins the other night 6-2. Mike Smith, the goalie for Calgary. You think you look at the box score, you're not paying attention to the game. No, dude, he was like first star. He was unbelievable, and they still lost 6-2.
No way.
Yeah,
I wasn't aware.
No,
of that.
I had to do my fact checks.
You know what grew an appreciation for hockey for me was go into the Red Wing practices because of my job, how lucky I am, and seeing the speed of the game, right? But the second thing was the running of plays. I guess as a young kid, I never thought of a hockey team running a play like a basketball team, a set. And then watching that, and when I realized, and maybe this is naive, but when I realized that you guys are running plays out there and passing the puck around like you do, I was like, that is unbelievable, the precision that they're doing with sticks and pucks on ice while skates. Because I don't know if anybody knows this. The first time you try to shoot a puck on skates, you're probably going to fall. Yeah, I know I did. The first time I lost my balance.
I thought you were going to say first time you step on the ice with skates on.
I was okay actually skating, but once I swung and then I fell and I was like, I'm good. Like not
Game
worth
sucks.
It for me.
Yeah, exactly.
But the
Imagine
play, how much do you work on those in practice? The actual plays. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know.
What,
are they called plays in hockey?
No, because
a set. What would you call it?
No, because the only time that things like that come into play are usually like on a power play or an extra man, right? Because you may have an idea. So then the set plays a lot of time are what you'd work out within your line or who you're playing with. Like if the puck goes a certain area, Drapes knows that I'm going to be one of two spots. And you know what I mean? So
it's almost like street ball where you guys communicate with each other, but it's not like Babcock's not holding up a fist and you guys know.
I guarantee the Russian Five did not have any set plays.
Okay.
No, exactly. No, and a lot of like the set plays would be off face-offs. So usually in the offensive zone, whether wings would cross, whether you'd open up a guy for a one-timer,
where you're winning the
where you
draw,
want to
too.
get the shot out. The set plays are a lot on defense.
Right.
Because if you're going to win it back or you're going to shoot it hard around, am I the winger that's got to chip it out, or are you going to go up the middle? So more or less the set play would be, if this happens, I'm going to do this with it.
Right, and that's communication with your teammates.
Absolutely.
And then seeing it on the ice as it
and then
happens.
it just stopped. And then like you said, you used to cover the practices and stuff like that. So how many times you see
you don't? That's why I'm wondering.
The puck get dumped in. No, when we do these drills.
Oh,
like
yeah.
You think they're warm-up drills or the whatever, but you see the D up to the wing, exchange, do that, because that's how things would happen.
And to
in the
me,
game.
not being a huge, insight on the hockey, I see it as they're just running drills. But now you're explaining to me
that's how
getting
second nature, because hockey moves at a split second, so it's muscle memory, so that I know that if this is going to happen, then what my responsibility
What's
is.
the dumbest thing you would work on? And when I say dumb, I mean something that would have happened in a game maybe twice a year. You know what I'm saying? Like a basketball player, for instance, practicing your floater. You know what I mean? Like, do you practice punching someone? Do you practice, how do you practice hitting it? You're not going to beat up your teammate.
Oh, yeah,
you
will.
Really?
Well, no, I mean, fight, but you don't, you
do you see what I'm saying?
You
Like
practice
a little intricate thing.
Grips.
Yeah.
Different ways, like when you get tied up, how to throw punches.
Okay.
Like different things, maybe where to, like if I'm teaching somebody how to protect themselves.
Right.
You know, how to grab onto, where to hide your head so you don't get hit like that. Different thing. The biggest thing that never gets out is getting the puck out of your end. So whatever you needed to do, you had to have a go-to. If I'm along the wall, my usually go-to is I'm gonna turn football. I'm gonna attack. So you get away with timing the puck with the D-man and smoking them at the same time. That was usually my play. I'd get my stick in so the puck would hit my stick if it was coming hard enough. But then you'd have to judge how hard it would be coming. So
you're almost baiting them to go after that puck.
Well, you're trying to time at the same time so you get everything at the same time. It doesn't matter what you do as long as you get it out.
Right.
So a more finesse guy, a Doug Brown on right wing, might prefer to use his skating ability and skate back more into his own end to get the puck so the guy can't get him. I want to be more physical. I want the altercation up at the blue line rather than turn back. So everybody's...
I just feel when you hear that kind of stuff, it makes the game better. It makes you understand what you're watching a lot more. So that's why I ask probably elementary questions to you.
I don't think they're elementary. I think that it's a great, and that's at grind time with Darren McCarty. That's whether it's me explaining.
Well, I figured that if I'm going to ever ask, I'm going to ask somebody.
But that's the way it is because, it's not a dumb question because it's how we see things from different, point of view, not just because of age, from because we like different things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like for you to understand it more, like, and to say this, like different teams are different. Like I'll guarantee this line of Boston here, every time they get it over that red line, it's going in because 42 wants to lay the heat. See Marlowe here for Toronto, right? They're going to take it in. This line's going to try to work the rotate, the corner rotates, down low, stuff like that. Where Matthews' line's going to come out, they're going to try to move it around for a shot.
And I think that's what makes this sport so cool is that it is so different than every other one.
Oh, and then come playoffs.
And just because of what you just said to me, I would have never seen that kind of stuff. In basketball, you know what you're getting.
Yeah, but in playoffs, you're running four lines.
Yeah.
And
sometimes,
the better teams can run four lines. They're trying to run four lines.
Or you're matching up.
And that's the next thing. So the coaches, there's the matching up off the face-off because like he just said, this line's going to play this style.
All right.
This line's going to play that style. Now, how do you want to counter that, or do you just want to straight up attack it?
So how awesome is it that this kid for Colorado, Cal, what's his name?
Makar.
That can be playing in college last week and then playing in the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Scores a goal.
It has to make it
for
the
puck.
best sport in all of sports.
So,
I guess
awesome.
baseball, they can kind of do it, but you're not going to see it very often that a baseball player's in college and wasn't drafted and in the minors.
Yeah, different rules. And
But
stuff,
is that how it works in the NHL? That you
very few?
Were they drafted, or are they just a
He was
straight up
dra- or
free agent after
he
college?
Was, no, he had.
I believe he was
might have had
drafted.
his rights.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they signed him. He won the Hobie, and so they hadn't had an agreement. So it was probably one of these ones that said, "I'll go. I'm not going to sign the contract. I'm going to go back and play." Had a big year. They went, "Here's your contract, kid. Come on and help us for the playoffs."
It's
Because you
awesome.
can. It goes to show you there's an opportunity, and when kids that are more mature and have some more seasoning, they come up and just goes to show you the talent level. It's just like golfers.
It's crazy.
It's like it's exactly like Corey Connor's a Canadian, right? Coming up, Listowel, Ontario, coming up Monday qualifying, 7 to 8, and then boom, makes it, and then now he was top 50 last week of the Masters.
And
there's so many, and trust me, because when I lived in Florida parts of the last 6 years, I seen a ton of those college players and stuff.
Oh, I'm sure.
Hit the ball.
They bomb it. And that's what's great about golf to me, too. The dude that's finishing last is the most phenomenal player you have ever seen in your life, period. At every aspect, from tee to green.
Yeah, exactly.
The best. And they're still so far away from the best. But the best is different, could be different every week. And that's what I love about sport. But that's also what made me love Tiger, is that he was the best.
And he elevated it. He elevated the game of golf to the level that we're seeing all these young kids.
When the Buick Open was here,
yeah.
I interned there twice. And when you watch a professional golfer hit a golf ball, the sound the ball makes, you're like,
that's called hitting it square.
Yeah, that's called compression of the golf ball.
That's when you flush it.
But
flush it pure.
And that's not the toilet.
Oh, it's amazing.
It is amazing.
Yeah, that's one of my brothers played with Pat and Kazari.
Okay.
Pat and Kazari's, he's in top 100.
Oh, he's up there.
Oh, yeah. So he was in an outing with them last year, and he said he's hitting balls up elevated greens, can't see the pin, and he hits it and he goes, yeah, about 8 feet. And they go up there and 8 feet.
Well,
just the consistency that they know. And
they
can
know
have
too,
that.
Well,
within
it's like you, Perry,
6
when you're
inches
reffing.
of where you're going to hit the ball.
It's like Perry when he's reffing. You're just going to make a bad call after another.
What do you
bad
ref?
Call.
Hockey.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
You ever had a vendetta against a guy and you're just kind of
Nope.
never?
No.
Don't lie.
Nope.
You don't have to lie to
Even
me.
though no matter how much I might not
Really?
like a guy, I think he's the biggest asshole.
I don't think I could do
There's
it.
the worst coach ever. I do not go into a game with any predisposition because
So, what level do you?
I've reffed up in.
Because I guess if
I've
you're
done some
reffing
juniors.
10-year-olds, you're
Oh,
probably
no,
not
I've
going
done some junior.
Okay.
I've reffed Dylan Larkin. I've reffed DeKaiser. I've reffed Torrey
Okay.
Cruz. Anybody that's played her, I've reffed all those guys when they were midgets
Okay,
and shit.
and that's what I'm. Because I've always wondered that, because sometimes people can't take a grudge and then not bring it into the business. You know what I mean?
Oh, I've reffed with guys like that, and it bothers me because I'm going. You're already going in prejudged, predetermined.
Yeah.
That because you don't like this guy, you're going to screw him over, and I'm going. Well, now you're just killing the game.
And it's crazy to me, and I wonder how many and it's a good question for Darren. Is just like how many players do you think come into the game? They see you and they're like, all right, we got a shot. We know it's going to be a good game. And how many see like me, the guy that has a little vendetta? And I'm like, man,
coming in with a little attitude, a little edge. Oh,
There's
Mac
gotta be
knows
dudes.
that. Well, like the March 26 game,
Yeah.
Dvorsky and Shate. How do you pronounce it? Shacky, thank you. He was the linesman. Dvorsky was the ref.
Yeah.
Well, they also did the game when Draper got hit.
Oh, so they knew.
And then here, they're all of a sudden they're scheduled. But this is the fourth game. Nothing's happened so far. But they knew. And let's just say that Mac tells me how he's developed relationships with the refs and the linesmen.
Going into that what you were about to do for yourself?
Absolutely not. No, because and
I mean,
I don't know how many times I could say it. Is that the last? Here's the bottom line, because it happened in May the year before. This was March. How many times have I thought about what I would do, wanted to do? I was driving myself so insane that at the beginning of March I started with the prayer. Okay, God, just whatever happens, please let me be the messenger. And that was it.
Right.
Because the bottom line, we had to win the game. We hadn't beaten them all year after losing the year before, whatever like that. So you had to let it play itself out. And the game had to play itself out. The way that it happened, Igor started it. I was ready. Shanny, goalies, everything like that. But the kicker, you're down 5-3. We have to win the game. We tied, and I scored the overtime winner, which is a proverbial. It's like the things we're talking about. You're talking about the Jimmy Powers moment, hole in one, or whatever. Because to me, and it goes back to earlier what we were talking about, that moment in Red Wing Nation. In the world, in the universe, Red Wing fan, it was the proverbial, it's going to be all right. I don't know what that means, but it's going to be all right, So I tell everybody, you guys, know the feeling. Mm-hmm. So when it's here again, it's probably going to be with the Wings. But if the Lions happen to get it, you'll know it, but I doubt it. But, the feeling.
How long after that were you like, wow, I did something huge for this city? Was it that night? Was it the week after? Was it after the Stanley Cup?
You know what? Honestly, till right into my book.
Yeah.
Probably
because,
6 years ago.
When was the last time you went somewhere and somebody didn't notice you?
No, I know. Or the picture, or the fight picture. Or I'm great. It's one of those things. It's like, I tell everybody, I said, you know what? I did what everybody else wanted.
Exactly.
And I was, like I said, if you don't think God listens, I said, can I be the messenger? Whatever it happens. Dude, send the message. I got to kick the shit out of him, man. Score the overtime winner.
And I guess
I wasn't even asked for all that.
But that kind of proves that maybe hockey is the top sport. The fact that if you got a problem with somebody, you can settle it.
Well, that was like the problem. That was like that's a real life. Like that shit happens in real life. People end up getting shot.
And like maybe in boxing, but you got to wait 6 months. You just had to wait till the next game or whenever it was going to happen. But you knew you were going to see the dude again.
Yeah, but still because you're going to see him doesn't mean shit.
I know,
like
it's
now,
so wild.
Now you know what you got to fear now? Your wife. And because your pocketbook, because you're going to explain why you got fined and you lost some money.
I wonder how different it would have been in today's world with social media, with Facebook, and Twitter.
No, it'd be off. You would. All I say is that pretty much nothing would have changed with me. You would have known the same, but maybe some other guys there's some other people in this world that you think highly of, you might not think so highly of.
So you wake up with a boner on March 26th every year? That's kind of your day, dude, around here.
It is, but I'm a little. You know what? You'd expect.
I don't know if he can control it that much anymore.
Yeah, no, that fucker's dead.
What do you when you wake up March 26th? Is it?
It's like a second birthday, dude.
It is. It's a holiday.
Every year,
I
March
watch the
26th,
game. I watch the game.
You're going to see it in the free press. You're going to see it on the news. You're going to see it on 97ontheticket.com.
You're going to see it on Grind Time with Darren McCarty.
Yes.
You should. It should mark because for all of us, just to remember that's where, you know what, that like I said, the proverbial, it's going to be all right. I don't know what it means. Now, hindsight's great. So what do I say every March 26th is celebrate?
Right. That's what I'm wondering.
That's what Grind Time with Darren McCarty's here for, March 26th.
Right.
Yeah. So the biggest thing with that game, like you said, Mac, it changed the momentum of the team. It changed everything. And now we're in the playoffs, and the momentum. Boston's up 5-2. Looks like they're going to tie that series. What'd you think of Kadri's suspension, the hit and everything? You saw how they,
yeah, he's out for the series, right? The dude from Toronto, 43.
So he puts a hit on the guy in the boards. He goes and challenges, and next thing you know, he's cross-checked. And do you see him? Does that play in it when you see somebody get suspended from the other team or something like that?
Well, anytime anything happens during a series and whatever like that is you hold accountable, but you can't put your team at harm at that. It's the same thing that your team will play hard without you, give somebody else an opportunity, but he's one of their better players in a system that they want, and it can give motivation to the other team, for being stupid.
Where's that uniform that you were wearing that night? Where's the uniform? Do you know where it's at?
The jersey. And everything?
You don't know where it's at?
I got the jersey stick a puck from the goal, but I don't know where March 26th is. Not from the goal, March 26th, from the
that's what I was.
cup goal.
Because how often did you change a jersey throughout the year?
I had two. I usually had 2 or 3 a game.
Okay.
Because you sweat through them and.
Okay, so
they're all.
But then you're rotating them.
See,
every
I would
game.
know how it's marked because it's always signed by Paul Boyer and it's marked each set. So the second set of 97.
You don't know where that's at?
Well, we don't get to keep them.
You couldn't have been like, come on, let me get this.
Let's just say, Evan.
Really?
Can you go? Come on. Can we break up a set that they sell for like $25,000?
Well, the only reason I asked is you see NFL players giving out their jerseys after every game. You see NBA players doing it.
Well, dude, did you?
Well, if I'm Russell Wilson, did
I hear you had one of those out of your breast say NHL?
No.
Right. So
okay.
So
I didn't know that they don't let you you can't be like I'll buy it.
I have 4 jerseys, and they're all the ones that I won cups in.
Okay.
All the jerseys that I have are the ones that I.
Do you think somebody from the franchise is sitting on that, knowing what it is?
No, I think that it was sold in a set.
So somebody probably owns it. Okay.
The sets, so to be game set 2 of the 97 season. Yeah, because don't you remember back in 97 after we won the cup, there was a big thing because couple jerseys got stolen out of the dressing room and we tried to get sold and stuff.
I remember,
Where people
but you can't steal because they're digitally stitched. With,
you know what else almost
Boyer's insignia
got me to be a hockey player because I've been such a Nike freak. When Sergey signed with Nike. Was that a big?
You wanted the white skates?
Was that a big deal,
dude? You know
were
what?
You guys like, what the hell's going on?
Dude, I mean, it was Sergey, dude. I was just hoping to try.
You didn't see that before.
I thought
Sergey.
I'd go faster.
Right.
Those white skates, no.
Did you at least get a pair of skates?
No, I got,
come on.
I got the wristbands though.
Okay.
I always take the swag stuff.
Yeah, since that commercial, you didn't see that with hockey until he did it, and I was like, wow.
Yeah, but. You know,
he did a few things you didn't see too often.
No, but that's why I implore everybody, if you haven't seen it yet, go see the Russian 5. Have you seen the Russian 5?
No.
Yeah. Well, you're not a hockey fan. Your dad should go see that.
But
your dad should go.
I can appreciate.
You should go see it because you would appreciate.
And I grew up in that era.
Well, just being a sports guy, this is
yeah. No, I want to, and I want to see the Probert one that's coming out too.
Yeah, seen that one too. That's I tell everybody that Proby allowed me. To find truth and honesty and to be blatantly honest. The one thing about the movie, about the book about Proby is that it's Proby. He doesn't make any he feels bad about some of the things that happen to affect other people, but that's Bob being Bob. And if you knew Proby at all, he's just a big happy-go-lucky guy.
I collect memorabilia since I was a little kid. My first autograph is Bob Probert at a Builder Square on Hall Road.
Great autograph, too.
Builder Square.
And Builder Square just opened. Bob Probert signing autographs. Begged my dad. I'm like, come on. Blew me away. My man didn't have his teeth in. And I'm a little kid, and I'm like, where did his teeth go? And my dad's like, he plays hockey, man. He lost them. And it blew my mind.
That's awesome.
And I was like, wow. And I still have the photo to this day.
That's sweet.
It's awesome.
Yeah. Proby.
Yeah, sweet autograph. Great. Yeah, you can read every letter. It was awesome.
Yeah, no. It's the truth though. Like he got a phenomenal autograph.
But and then when you go and realize that he was more than just kicking ass, he could score goals.
Yeah, dude.
And
he could play.
Yeah,
he could play. So what do you have? You said that engaged. When's the wedding?
February 22nd.
Why February 22nd? Is there a reason for the?
We've been together for almost 4 years now, and she just wanted. It was a cool date, so it's 2/2/2020, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot of twos.
Buying a house, moving. Clawson.
Yeah, that's my neck of the woods.
Oh, really?
I'm in Matty Heights, but
okay.
But I know Clawson real well. I know all the
moving out that way, my whole life is changing. I mean, I'm 35. I've been single this whole time, living the life. Change, I think.
Yeah,
well,
me sitting down and watching 3 TVs at once and playing video games and staying up until 2 in the morning and doing
What's wrong
me.
with that? What's wrong with that, man?
Wait. Why can't you do that?
I don't know. I just feel like things are going to change. My
Listen, why, you
priorities
got
are going to
kids?
change.
Do
No.
you do that at 40-some years old?
47, I do
I'm
that.
50,
I got
I'm 57,
6
and
kids.
You don't think that's going to change?
No,
I'm 57, he's 47, dude.
She's good. She never busts balls. She lets me golf. Never
The
has
only ball
once.
if she
Bro,
busts
she's
a
She's
golf
never
ball.
once
Listen,
questioned what I do.
She's letting you golf because she wants you to get better, so she's got some fucking competition.
I think that's a
obviously.
bit of it too. Like,
I think-
maybe you should go
No,
hit the
no,
links.
I think that she says, okay, bye, practice.
Well,
What?
and here's the thing too, is I said we play 10 times a year. That's the only 10 times she plays in the year, and she still
Dude,
beats me.
you know what you love about Clausen is, the Somerset little 9-holer in
That was just right
Red
there.
Oaks right there.
Oh, really?
Dude, you can fly,
Oh.
buzz out there for $10 and buzz around in less than like an hour. And
Sweet.
just do laps. All the people over there are
I
great.
used to be so afraid. Okay, this is how weak I was of playing golf alone because I was like, what if I get a hole in one? Who's gonna see it? And I'm like,
hey, that is the Tiger baby.
And I was,
That's the Tiger baby. I
That
can't
sure
play
is.
because if I'm going to get an albatross,
And nobody's gonna see
nobody's
it.
if
gonna
I'm gonna do it,
verify.
who's gonna see
Holy
it?
shit.
And now over the last few years, I play alone all the time.
Yeah,
I
because you
love it.
set your phone up on your cart, recording each shot.
Yeah, that's what I should do.
The
Talk
par,
about wasting
each par
space.
3 is showing
Yeah.
his tee shot.
But
yeah.
could you imagine that though? Getting your first hole on and nobody's around. Who's gonna believe you?
Thank goodness I've had my two.
Two.
I've had my. I've had my.
Would you like
two
to know
with
which
the
clubs
crowd.
he used?
Wait, would you?
Yeah, I want to know the distance, the club,
Yeah,
the
okay.
wind.
Well,
Now-
take a guess on.
Now, do you want to
Stint meter.
The first one was at number 7 at Norwood, which
Okay.
is over a private club from
Haven't played it.
from 198.
What'd you hit? Like a 8?
5 wood. 5 wood.
Okay.
Into the wind.
Into the wind. That's where I'm.
Into the wind. Back of the green, didn't leave the pin, hit 20 feet before Buddy goes, that's in. And I was like, no. And I thought it was, but I'd been so close so long. And I knew that I didn't have enough club to get over the green. So if it wasn't sitting behind the pin, there's a ball mark right there. And Buddy beat it up. Yeah, it's in. So that was my first one. The second one was 8-iron from 146 on number 21 at Shepherd's Hollow.
Oh, I hate that course.
Listen, the pin was tucked front left, and the green is a double-tier green. Might have pulled it a little. Perfectly into a 2-hopper zipper.
Ugh.
Right into the back. The best part about that one, my buddy got up behind me, hits it to inside a foot, and lost the hole to a hole-in-one to a birdie.
Better feeling. That first hole in one, third Stanley Cup.
Fucking. Really? How about a serious question?
I don't know which way you're going with it, because the.
Yeah, I want the
Fucking
answer.
cups, bro.
All right. Well, I said the third one. Maybe
Listen,
you were content.
For you, it'd be the hole-in-one because you're an individual sport.
Yeah,
You're an individual
But
sport.
that
I'm a
feeling-
team concept.
I mean, at that moment.
The feeling at the moment was the same as scoring a goal.
Okay.
Not any goal.
Just
but it was
regular season game 45.
For me, I didn't score that many goals, bro. So yeah, I got
How many
excited.
career do you have?
127.
Okay.
With 22 in the playoffs.
22.
Austin with the second goal of the night.
What I tell you, did I not say on this program, Grind Time with Darren McCarty a little earlier? He has mule-like hotness,
Yes.
mule Franzen, and he.
Look at that, and that's a Franzen goal.
How
Right there
important?
on the doorstep.
How important is a coach in hockey?
Real important.
If it's Scotty Bowman.
I'm just wondering because I mean it seems like Babcock wins where he goes, and I'm wondering if he can do it there because if he does it there, he's an idol, right?
Oh, he owns
Statue,
Canada.
everything.
No, everything. If he does everything, and here's the thing. We're gonna wrap this up on this. What you know, Mike Babcock. When I played for him in 08, and I'm sure it hasn't changed. Greatest X's and O's practice coach. Practices are tougher than games. Preparation, all that stuff. What you're seeing now in the last 10 years, and he's still learning on it, is the bench. And that's the hardest thing to do, and it's what separated Scotty Bowman from everybody else, is just their feel of the game. And at a split second, they could change and halt the momentum or capitalize on it by changing lines or knowing who to play, who is going. When you see, you never know because that's something that you can't teach, but you have to learn, but you also have to have guys buy into it.
Right.
So there's different sort of guys. What has helped Mike Babcock, I think, from my perspective, from an outsider looking in, from being inside out is he's chilled a little bit.
Okay.
And looks like he's not as hard on his top guys as he used to be. Now, you look at Tortorella, you look at Barry Trotz. Yes, especially when it's a younger team. Younger team, that more composure is more important. But you get the right combination of and listen, nothing ever will replace wanting to play for the guy behind the bench.
Right.
And if you want to play for the guy, and you don't have to like him, because trust me, we didn't really like Scotty, but we respected him.
Yeah, you knew that he was doing what's best for you.
We knew that he was smarter than us, and at the end of the day, that he had the whole intentions in mind. So if I had to take it here or there, and he knew how to make guys take it and feel it when he wanted and not feel it, and hence at the end of the day, Stanley Cups.
Well, how do you argue with the guy that's got rings for every finger?
That was bad, Jimmy D.
That wasn't as good as the other day.
Is Jimmy D,
That's
Jimmy
what you were trying to
Devellano?
do there?
Yeah, that was Jimmy. I just wasn't in. I thought, that was pretty bad. I tried, but
I thought he was trying to
bad.
be dramatic. I didn't realize it was an
well,
act.
Yeah, I just thought it was him
I got to
talking right there for a
practice.
second.
I got to practice Jimmy D to get into it. But,
I would agree with that.
but what a statement, though. How do you argue with the guy that's got a ring for every finger?
You don't?
No, you can't. It's
Because
hard,
he goes,
it's hard to
"Here,
argue. It's
one."
It's hard to argue with a guy who's got cups on or got rings.
Coming
on.
from
he
this
just
dude
gated up.
who always just does this. He'll be like, you know what?
Rings on
4.
every finger.
This motherfucker.
Me, that's what I do. I had to hang the cups up there.
Right.
So that I knew. And this, by the way, is my Hall of Fame. Or my jerseys in the rafters. So that's why we got it here. So
Yeah.
all right,
Pretty
bud.
legit.
Well, I'm going to wrap her up. Evan Jenkins from 971.com and 97.1 The Ticket.
Yep.
When can you be held accountable for being there in the afternoons?
All day.
All day.
8:30 to 5:30. I'm there.
Gosh darn.
Usually past 5:30 because I like to mess with Wojo.
Who doesn't?
I love it.
I
Such
know,
a great
he's
guy.
great, dude.
I mean, he sucks, but he's great.
No, I know. He's the greatest
He's the
dude
best.
that sucks
Yeah.
in the world.
I can say it because I like him.
No, I know.
If
So
I don't
can
bust your balls, I don't like you. I don't even care.
That's it. Yzerman, thank you for your
problem. Thank you
for
for
running that. Timmy did a good job.
Yeah, thanks.
He only had 4 out of 5. He didn't waste it all. I'll let you carry that over to next time. Tim, hope you feel better. Everybody out there in Grind Time Land, thanks for joining us. Looking for big things in the future with Evan Perry. We'll keep moving forward. But on this Wednesday night, that's it. Grind Time out.